Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Canada Day and happy NHL Free Agent Frenzy 2026. Sorry, trying to get live as fast as I could here because, yes, Free Agent Frenzy begins at 12 p.m. Eastern, but good morning. Lots already happening in the National Hockey League as deals are being signed, trades are being made, and dominoes are falling. So welcome, happy Canada Day, and welcome to NHL Free Agency coverage for the 2026 offseason, live coverage and analysis for the next couple hours or so, as we'll see what happens in the National Hockey League. So we're going to keep an eye on a few different things here in today's stream. We have the Puckpedia, which is a bit of a tracker, I guess you could call it. We're going to have the Jay Freshcars to break down the players and who they are going where. We'll start with that in just a moment. We have Hockey DB, Hockey Reference, so go and look through the numbers of any trades that might happen. Cider, welcome on board, buddy. I know that surgery's coming up soon, my friend. We're thinking of you. But lots happening in the NHL, especially with Bowen Byram, I think, being the first thing to really happen today. AJ Greer. I mean, we can go really deep, but if we start going back to probably the last couple days, a lot of things that we haven't been able to have a chance to talk about here in the channel. Jacob Markstrom going to the Florida Panthers, Jonathan Drouin being bought out, Evan Rodriguez going to the New Jersey Devils, Bobrovsky possibly going to the Toronto Maple Leafs, Parker Witherspoon going to the Vegas Golden Knights in a deal that saw Caden Korczak go back to Pittsburgh. I think that's a nice deal for the Penguins. Gritsuk being re-signed by the Devils, 3 years at 3.3. I love that value for New Jersey. Bobby Brink re-signing in Minnesota. AJ Greer getting some crazy money for a bottom six role. Multi-tab manager, new simulator. Yes, that's how I'm feeling. Oh, I thought you said it was at 12 p.m. Eastern. So how's it going there, Cider? Tell me. Then aside from that, we see Jeremy Lauzon re-signed by the Vegas Golden Knights in a third pair role. Cole Giroux is going to unrestricted free agency. It looks like the Philadelphia Flyers with players there. Zach Werenski, that trade was nixed as that would have seen him go to the Dallas Stars. Bowen Byram re-signed. That was probably the craziest thing of it all. 6 years at $12.5 million. I mean, you hope that he's going to be the guy, but to be the highest paid defenseman in 2027-28 when that contract kicks in. I know that other defensemen will probably get paid more by then, but just to say, on track to be the highest paid defenseman in the NHL, really banking on what's going to come. It's not like he's done it a little bit and you're saying, okay, we saw some flashes. He hasn't been a top pair guy. And Chicago is putting all their eggs in his basket. That is really quite the gamble. Let's see. Aside from that, we saw Nico Hischier re-signed by the Devils, 5 years at $12 million, first line center with a balanced all-around game, one of the better two-way players in the league. He's gotten some Selke votes, right? Nico Hischier. He was, 1, 2, 3, 4 straight years of Selke votes, top 9, top 4, top 19, and then first runner-up in 2023. What can kicking is Don Sweeney going to do today, says King Turby. That's a great question for all you Bruins fans out there. So yes, great value for the New Jersey Devils who get to keep their guy, their captain, their first line center. Radko Gudas, 6 years at $1.5 million. Huh? That's like a Chris Tanev deal. 6 years for Radko Gudas, who's going to be gone. He'll be retired by then. Radko Gudas, who is 30. Where does it say? Does it say where his age is? Radko Gudas, who is 36, signs a 6-year deal as if he's going to play until he's 42. You're going to tell me he's playing until he's 42? So this is just go on LTIR for the last few years of your career kind of contract and help us with cap space. It's crazy. The manipulation is incredible. Rasmus Andersson re-signs in Vegas. That's a bit of a surprise. We thought he was going to free agency. He's part of the thumbnail even. So Rasmus Andersson, who did okay down the stretch with the Vegas Golden Knights. He appeared in 33 games, scoring 17 points, playing 21-42 per night, 59 blocked shots. Yeah, he didn't look horrible. I think he just wasn't the guy that Vegas fans necessarily thought they were acquiring, but great down the stretch, disappointing in the playoffs. I think that's probably more it was a sour taste in the playoffs. Not a huge fan of his game, and that feels pricey for his 30s. So he's getting, how many years? And then Zellweger, we'll see his contract in a moment. How many years on Anderson? 7 years at 8.5 million. So to pay until he's 36, 37, a minute munching offensive defenseman who carries the puck and contributes well in the O-zone, but is increasingly having problems when play turns with reckless pinches and sloppy rush defense. Yeah, it definitely won't last. No mods in here, I don't think right now, if I'm not mistaken. Some channel members though. So Rasmus Anderson, his value fell off a cliff in 24-25, but as did the Calgary Flames, right? And his value bounced back a little bit when he got some time in Vegas. Defense went up, that's great, but the offense fell off a cliff, and his overall value did as well. 18th percentile of projected wins above replacement over the last 3 years, according to weighted average data among defensemen. So great for the goals and primary assists, but even strength offense, even strength defense. I don't know. Vegas is making a big commitment here to Rasmus Anderson. And when looking at the Vegas Golden Knights now, if we look at teams and go to Vegas, they're spending a lot of money here. So current cap space, they're over by $5 million with Rasmus Anderson re-signed. I don't think that's with Pietrangelo on LTIR though. So that should leave them with something like $3 million. I don't really have mods, and we have mods in the Discord because I'm not always there. But in the chat, I don't usually do mods because I'm here to take care of things if needed. If ever we're getting to the point where there's hundreds of people in the chat, then yeah. But the Vegas Golden Knights will still need to do some signing as they got to fill out the lineup, right? Unless they're going to roll with Holtz in a full-time role, Connolly now into a full-time role potentially, Howden in a top 6 role. But Carlson's getting a little bit older last year of his contract. Mark Stone last year of his contract at 34. Vegas is going to have to make some moves for their top 6 in the near future. McNabb, Theodore, Lauzon, Hannafin, Weatherspoon, Megna. Yeah, that wasn't going to fly. So add in Rasmus Anderson, and that makes things a little bit better. And then goaltending remains Carter Hart and Aiden Hill moving into next season. So Vegas, yeah, they are definitely making a commitment to Rasmus Anderson. 7 years at $8.5 million. Radko Gudas, yeah, signed 6 years at 1.5 by Florida as a physical veteran defenseman with a big shot, plenty of intimidation, and throughout his career, very underrated underlying numbers. So Florida making a tiny bit of business the last couple of days here as they pick up Jacob Markstrom. They move out Evan Rodriguez. They now have Radko Gudas. They moved out AJ Greer. They couldn't sign him for $4+ million, I suppose. And they also get Eetu Luostarinen re-signed, 8 years at just $5 million. That's a fantastic contract for a guy who's playing a big middle 6 role. Rock and Pop, welcome to the stream. Can you check the wings? There's nothing to check. They haven't done anything yet. So yes, data quarterbacking for Agent Frenzy. Life is good. Yeah, this is our 5th annual coverage. I wasn't live last year. It was the channel members who took over last year as I was in the States. Hobbsy and Dice, they were streaming, but I'm back here. 5th annual channel coverage on my 4th time doing it. Cost of admission for the stream is alike. Pay the fee. Thank you, Turby. Everyone pay your fee for your admission for the stream. Very kind of you to say. So, yeah, Eetu Luostarinen, he's a middle 6 two-way forward, contributes very well defensively at 5v5 and on the penalty kill in tough matchup minutes. So I like this a lot. 95th percentile of even strength defense. That's nuts for Eetu Luostarinen. As the Florida Panthers now, I don't think it's going to have Gudas signed yet. Let's see. They have $2.9 million in cap space. Does it have Gudas? Yes. So $2.9 million in cap space for the Panthers, who now have Jacob Markstrom. Bobrovsky will walk. They have Schmid, who they can sign as their backup. So it won't be too hard to finish off the team here as they moved out Evan Rodriguez to free up some money as well. Kachuk, Barkov, Reinhart, Verhaeghe, Bennett, Kachuk, Luostarinen, Lundell, Marchand, Gadjevich, Reinhart, Hathaway. So Hathaway, Gudas on top of Marchand, the Kachuk brothers. That is one of the craziest grit lineups that you could put together in today's NHL. Forsling, Ekblad, Mikola, Jones, Kulikov, Gudas. And that's even, Luostarinen there too. Wow. The Florida Panthers, man. All right, so that's Luostarinen re-signing there with Florida. We'll keep re-signing here with Nashville, Maverick Bork, the trade. Yeah, we got to talk about that too. The Maverick Bork deal. So an incredible 3-year deal for Radko Gudas that was stretched to 6 years. Extremely legitly. Yeah, for sure. LTIR before you know it. Radko Gudas 6-year deal. Keith Kachuk promoted to advisor to Blues president Doug Armstrong, among other changes. Interesting. Olwen Zellweger signing a big contract. I mean, the Sabres, could it be that did Bowen Byram demand that kind of money from Buffalo to not be their top guy? Zellweger getting paid some big money with the Buffalo Sabres now. If you go and look at the Sabres situation here. They still have 7.7 million in cap space, but Rasmus Dahlin getting 11 million, Owen Power 8.3, Samuelson 4.2, Zellweger. Oh, it's 3 years at 3.1. I thought it was 3 years at 9 point something. Oh, the cap hit. Okay. I take that back. So yeah, a lot more doable. I was gonna say, how is this guy getting 9 million? If you're not cheating, you're not trying. Good as 6 years at 1.5 million, similar to the Chris Tanev deal, I guess, in Toronto when he signed that. So now looking at Zellweger and the situation in Buffalo, they still have 7.7 million. Are they going to be content to start the season like this? Tuck out, Byram out, Zellweger in. Top six of Benson, Norris, Thompson, Doan, McLeod, Quinn. I would think that Buffalo still has some work to do. They have all three of their firsts, maybe not today, but I mean, over the course of the season, I think there's still work to be done here. They brought in Crevier as well. I love that third pair of Zellweger and Crevier. Zellweger, does he get into first or second pair minutes at certain points? I don't know. But Timmins and Crevier, they're only right guys there. It would seem that Bob will sign with the Leafs, but still not sure. Yeah, it's seeming like Bob to the Leafs is becoming more likely. And then now looking at Nashville, as they now have they have Ross Colton, they have Jack Drury, they have Niels Höglander, they have Maverick Bork. They're going to try to get Joakim Kemmel into the lineup, and even Ilya Lyubushkin. I don't think the Predators are necessarily a playoff team just yet, but I love the moves that the Preds are making. Yep, I like that a lot. So going back to Jay Fresh here, so we saw Nico Hischier and how the value that he brings to the New Jersey Devils. Now, did we have any breakdown on the Maverick Bork deal? I think scrolling up. Yeah, so Maverick Bork, acquired by Nashville, is a two-way third-line center. The Stars are trying to figure out something to keep Jason Robertson signed on. 57th percentile projected wins above replacement over the last 3 years in weighted average data. He hasn't gotten the biggest. I mean, no, he has played. He has played. Just that he's in such a talented group that the ice time hasn't been as much as it would be elsewhere. 12.41 per night in his rookie season, 15.5 last year, 41 points, a 20-goal season in his sophomore year, getting a larger chance as well. How much cap space does Detroit have? Let's see. The Red Wings are playing with $29 million in cap space. But I don't know if I'd want the Red Wings to be big players here in free agency, unless you're getting a big top four defenseman. Yeah, probably a defenseman, but I wouldn't want to go after Boone Jenner and pay him like $7 million if I'm Detroit. You know, there's not that much. Gudis deal, yeah, we were just talking about that one. 6 years at 1.5. Yeah, how the salary cap increased the impact on free agency. So that really changes things. The flat cap for 3 years changed the league a lot. Then up by a million, then boom, 88, 95.5. And before you know it, we're in the 100 pluses. And that's why these kind of, quote, super teams are being built in a certain way. So it's free agent frenzy. 5-year extension with the captain there in New Jersey. Speaking of the Devils, who now have Evan Rodriguez also on board, 9.7 million in cap space, as they have Meyer signed on, they have their captain signed on. That's only starting in 27-28, by the way. So one more year of 7.25 million on their captain. So for this year, 9.7 million is still there. Dougie Hamilton, 2 more years. Luke Hughes, Brett Pesce. The defense is great when healthy. Oh yeah, there's a lot of players to get rid of in Detroit, but who's going to want to dance with you, right? Jake Allen, is that your starting goaltender? I wonder. I could see the Devils making a run at Bobrovsky, but it feels like the fit with Toronto is just too good. Hope the Oilers do something, says Flamecraft. Lots of teams that could be active, right? Interesting. After signing Rasmus Anderson, they have negative 5.125 in available chem with the optional season-ending LTIR capture for Pietrangelo. So if Pietrangelo is put on season-ending LTIR already, I thought I'd read something that he was trying to make a comeback. But anyways, that would give them 3.675 million in cap space. So still able to finagle their way around. So Maverick Bork going to the Nashville Predators allows for Dallas to have a bit more cap space, 12.5 million, essentially just to take care of Jason Robertson. Jamie Benn, I don't think they're going to have money to bring him back. Michael Bunting, I'd be surprised. Thomas Harley was almost traded in the Werenski swap, which is wild. And Ottinger, the Casey DeSmith. That's it. The only thing they got to take care of is Jason Robertson. They traded out as much money as they could. If they were to dump Sam Steele or Radek Faksa, I suppose that would free up some space. But they also need players in this lineup. They don't want to weaken themselves too much because already you have an RFA on your third line. You have like this bottom six. And then Tyler Seguin, who knows what's going to happen with his health this year. I'm not confident in what Nil and the Stars are doing right now, I have to say. I'm not super confident. I think the defense is solid. I think the goaltending you can rely on. Wyatt Johnson, of course. Mikko Rantanen, of course. Rupe Hintz, such an underrated centerman. Great. But you put Sam Steele on your second line. You put Herkian, I forget how you pronounce his name, and Hyri, and Bach and Blackwell in your bottom six, middle six. I don't know. Yeah, Dan Vladar staying in Philly. That's a crazy contract. 5 years at $5.5 million. I think that's wild. And Nick Robertson also being traded to the from the Maple Leafs to the Pittsburgh Penguins for a 2028 fourth-round pick. So Nick Robertson definitely going to get a chance to spread his wings and fly. That's the definition of a buy low and see if you can revitalize him type of gamble. Nick Robertson never worked out with the Maple Leafs. A first-round pick that didn't work out. Didn't get the greatest opportunities either. Never played more than like 12 and a half minutes. His 6-year NHL career, or 6 years, 234 games, he's averaged 11.52 of ice time. So give him a bigger role and opportunity with the Penguins. I think it's going to go very well. Now, Dan Vladar signing in Philadelphia for 5 years at 5.5 feels crazy to me. They have $32.6 million in cap space. That's nuts. They have Joseph Woll, and then Vladar, an extension kicking in 27-28. Yeah, Nick Robertson wanted out, improved last year. It makes sense. I'm not saying Toronto shouldn't have traded him. I'm just saying it's a great pickup, I think, by Dubas and the Penguins. Dubas, a guy who knows Nick Robertson. So I think this is kind of crazy for the Flyers. I don't know if they're not convinced by Joseph Woll or what, but Vladar, I'm not saying he's bad, but like one good season and you're giving him, you're committing to him for the next 6 years, 1 year now, then a 5-year extension. I don't know. Jamie Drysdale needs his contract. Trevor Zegras needs his contract. Cost for admission is one like. Thank you very much, King Turby, rallying the troops. Get your ticket in. Lakers are getting Walker Kessler. I don't know much about Walker Kessler. Wondering if CBJ GM might tap brakes and play his cards. Patience got all summer. Let Werenski's discomfort grow after deal with Dallas fell through. Not so. He's moved on to other teams, Toronto, Tampa Bay, hoping to quickly find a Werenski deal. Wow, that's nuts. Thank you very much, Turby. Hobbsy will be on later on. Yes. He will be on later on. Anyone else who wants to join, I'm open to any other guests who want to join today. I mean, should I turn on TSN, or is that just crazy because Twitter does the talking for us? So Maverick Bourque goes to Nashville. Great situation by the Predators, taking advantage of a tough situation for Dallas. That now leaves Nashville with $14.5 million, and still their first, their second, 2/3, 2/4, 2/5 in next year's draft, a first, 2 seconds, 3rd, 4th, 2/5 in 2028, all their picks in 2029. No, I don't worry about that, Cider. And yeah, like I said before, I don't think the Predators are necessarily a playoff team just yet, but they could be a team that surprises people. Colton, Drury, Bourque, Höglander, all brand new pieces. Yes, Marc Chasseau and Stamkos and O'Reilly getting older. O'Reilly the last year of his contract too. But Saros is still an elite goaltender. Roman Josi getting older is still an elite defenseman. Your core is solid with Brady Shea, with Nick Hague. Perbix underrated. Lyubushkin on a third pair role. I'm not trying to tell you that they're going to make the playoffs in the stacked Central Division, but I do think that they're taking a good step forward this year. Well, don't think of awesome, Mighty Joe. Yes, it was fun. Don't think of it as a waste, Cider. It's an investment. I know it's tough, but it's an investment. How long you on for? Watching England soon, but can hop on later as a guest. I mean, I think I'll be on as long as there's news happening. I don't know if I'll put a hard max of 2 p.m. Eastern, because at a certain point, whatever's going to happen is going to happen, and the things that are going to take until tonight or tomorrow, it's going to be later, other streams that we can do for the frenzy of noon and what's going to happen at noon. We'll do, I don't know, maybe till 1 or 1:30 or 2 p.m. Eastern. Never be closing, Briere. So Lyubushkin, I like that pickup too. Just the only number you have to look at in a guy who's in a depth role or third pair role, this is the only number you have to look at. 80th percentile of even strength defense. Doesn't do anything. That's all you acquire him for. Physical depth defenseman. That's all you get him for. He was great in which franchise mode was he great in? Was it was the Red Wings, right? Yeah, Red Wings series. He was really good for us on NHL 26. Nick Robertson, a depth scoring winger who has shown some finishing touch and 5v5 scoring efficiency, but hasn't been able to establish himself higher in the lineup. Great chance for the Penguins to try and do that. Palermo wrap up tomorrow. Tomorrow is Thursday. It might just be. Yeah, it might just be. I didn't do the July schedule yet, but I think Palermo wrap up will be tomorrow. Yep. Could change. Don't hold me to it just yet, but I'd say I'm leaning that way. So Robertson, according to the last 3 years of weighted average data, even in a fourth line role, according to his ice time, 68th percentile projected wins above replacement, 29th of even strength offense, 36th of defense, but 92nd of goals, 88th of finishing. When you see numbers like that, this is a guy that you say, hey, let's throw him some ice time and see what happens. When you're in the 92nd percentile of goals and the 88th of finishing, throw him a bone and see what happens. Yeah, Giroux to the Flyers seems to be picking up steam. I would say so as well. That's what I've been reading. That is exactly what I've been reading. Anything else here? Owen Zellweger, 3x3, great contract. I thought it was like 3x9. I was going to say, yeah, it's kind of crazy. But no, it's 3x3, 3x3 point something. He's a smooth skating offensive defenseman who jumps in the play and carries the puck in transition. He's had defensive issues, some stemming from his 5'10 size, but has unlocked new areas of his game with the puck in the past year. So Owen Zellweger, I like that a lot for the Buffalo Sabres. Zellweger, yes, second round pick, 34th overall in 2021, has shown some good flashes with Anaheim. What kind of role has he been in? Olen Zellweger. He's been playing 11:44, then 19:21, averages out to 17 minutes a night. It's gone down since his rookie year, 19:17 to 18:58 to 16:59. Yeah, I don't know. So it makes sense that they moved him, I suppose. We're just a few minutes away from start of free agency. Live blog on The Athletic. Thank you, Jeremy Rutherford. So Zellweger, I like these numbers for him. His value is growing over time. It's a nice pickup for the Buffalo Sabres, who gave up Wahlberg and a second. That's what it was? Yeah, Anton Wahlberg, who was a second-round pick of theirs. So a second-round pick prospect and a second-round pick who became Jaden Kurtz. I don't think it's bad value, but I like that deal a lot. I mean, for Anaheim. I don't think it's bad value for Anaheim, but I think it's a great deal for Buffalo. I like it a lot. 69th percentile projected wins above replacement the last 3 years. Great offense, goals, assists, penalties. Defense has to get better, though it has, but it has to get more than that. Jay Fresh says, I ripped on Zellweger for being a puck hog last year, mostly because his transition metrics were all carrying, no passing, but he did decide to start sharing it this season. This is superb value for the Sabres for replacing Byram with a similar type of player and for like $8.5 million cheaper. Yeah, these were the 25-26 microstats on Olen Zellweger. Oh, let's go! Ivan Demidov has re-signed with the Montreal Canadiens. The extension's been taken care of. Oh, that's huge. 8 years at 9.125. That is an incredible contract. That's a huge dub in the chat for Kent Hughes. Woo! Wow, that is a weight off of our shoulders. Not for, we knew he was going to resign, but for the dollar value that would have gone higher, higher, and higher. 9.125 on Ivan Demidov. 8 years. So at least 9 more years of Demidov in Montreal and a $9.125 million cap hit. That is lovely. Well done to Kent Hughes. Demidov is signed. Yes, 9 more seasons. He is staying. Fantastic news. Crazy. I love how everyone just falls in and tries to break it right after it happens. Demidov signs. Now let's see. For Montreal, what are we guessing with the Devils? I'm thinking they get add medium six player, maybe Patrick Laine. Yeah, I could see a Tarasenko or Laine in New Jersey. Definitely. But I forget what the goalie market is. Who else is out here besides Bobrovsky? Like, who are the big guys? Not the big guys, but just who's here. Free agent goalies. I could see them making a run of Freddie Anderson. There's not much else out there. Good job, Kent. You need a happy data to keep things electric throughout the stream. Exactly. So looking at the Montreal Canadiens, they had $14.2 million in cap space. Doesn't kick in until next year anyways. So Danault off the books. Hopefully we can re-sign him for cheaper, though. Josh Anderson off the books. Newhook will be an RFA, captain an RFA, and now Demidov is taken care of. Joining in, wow, Slavkovsky at 7.6, Caulfield 7.8, and Suzuki 7.8. That is crazy value in Montreal. This is what you need to do to be a Stanley Cup contender. I'm not saying the Canadiens are going to win the Cup, but if you want to be a Stanley Cup contender, you need to get your players to commit long-term on good AAVs like the Florida Panthers have done. Dobson 9.5, Hudson 8.8, Matheson 6 million, Gouli at 5.5 is crazy value. Carrier, Struble, I don't know what's going to happen after this year. Goaltending, got to get Dobes signed up too. But I have faith in Kent Hughes, and that's a big weight off of the Canadiens' shoulders as for what he's going to be wanting what he would have been wanting further down the road. Another extension expected around noon. Tyson Forster, 8 years at $7 million. Oh, Derek, I'm sorry. I love Tyson Forster, but I don't know about $7 million. Poor Derek. I'm a big fan of Tyson Forster, I do have to say. I try to target him like every year in fantasy hockey. I really like how sneaky of a scorer he is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, that's the thing. I could see Hellebuck to New Jersey, but I don't think they have the assets necessarily. So per 82 games, he scores 26 goals, 16 assists. He's more of a goal scorer, 20 goals, 25 goals, 13 in 29 last year. So what's that pace? 13 in 29 last year. He was on a 37-goal pace last year. That's great. But still, for a guy who's played 2.5 seasons, I guess, 195 games, you're definitely committing. You're definitely committing 8x7. Yeah, you're putting your eggs in his basket. Demidov getting $58 million in signing bonuses and a 10-team no-trade clause over the final 3 years. I would assume that's like win the Stanley Cup and win awards. It's not just have a good season bonuses, but still. Pickford having shoulder surgery as well. You can see that. So Demidov getting some big money. Yeah, Nico Hischier got money like that too. I could have sworn Elliot Friedman just said the Flyers were about to sign a guy who had a career high of 43 points while permalocked in the top 6 to $7 million. Yeah, that's what you saw, Derek. The Flyers, man, they are poverty-ridden. So here's how the contract looks for Demidov. Interesting. I love how they get this so quickly. $1 million salary, $11.5 million signing bonus. Don't mind if I do. 9.5, 9. Okay, so it's always a $1 million salary. 1, 1, 1, 1.2, 1.7. And then the final year is a $7.5 million salary. But the signing bonuses are 11.5, 9.5, 6.7, 6.3, 5.8. And years 6, 7, and 8 of the contract have a 10-team no trade. That is crazy stuff. And only a 10-team no trade. And I'm not thinking, of course, I don't think the Canes are going to be trading him, but to have flexibility. Like, who knows who falls off a cliff, right? Who knows who gets injured, who falls off a cliff, and what happens in the future. But the Montreal Canadiens get insane value. They lock in insane value on Ivan Demidov, $9.125 million. And he's even an expiring RFA? Really? How is that possible? Really? He'll be an expiring RFA. Mr. Brian Michalak, welcome to stream, buddy. Expiring RFA. I don't think that's true, though. I think Puckpedia has to update that. I don't think that's true. And we have 2 minutes left until free agent. Yeah, he'd be a UFA 1,000. Yeah, that can't be. At 28 or whatever, or 29. Yeah, he'd be a UFA. Thank you. Any Bruins news? I think the latest was that Don Waddell had eggs and toast for breakfast. I think that's what it was. Yeah, it can't be true. Unreal deal, though. Yeah, true. Forster going 7x8. We did talk about Zellweger a little bit. I love it for Buffalo getting a similar player to Bowen Byram, and for like $8.5 million less. It costs you 2 second-round picks. He'll be able to move up your lineup as well if there ends up being issues with, does Owen Power want to leave, wherever it might be in the future. I love it for the Buffalo Sabres. Very, very much. Timmins won't be there long-term either, but you have a lot of lefties. I mean, maybe Owen Power shifts to the right and Zellweger comes up to the second pair, but I love it for Buffalo. Good deal for them. As we are just about a minute away, what will come? Should I open up the TV for Free Agent Frenzy? Yeah, okay, I'll open up the TV for Free Agent Frenzy, but I don't think we're going to be... Twitter does the talking, really. We'll keep an eye on England versus DRC, too. Another signing by the Flyers expected at noon. Could it be Claude Giroux to try and get people to forget about the money they just gave to Tyson Forster? I wonder. And we'll keep refreshing here on Twitter. Welcome to any guests. We are welcome to having any guests who want to come out and speak on the stream too. Hobbsy should be joining us later. I can't believe the Byram deal. And as a Sabres fan, I really liked him and wanted him to stay. Yeah, but for that money, I think you did the right thing. How does Florida get away with a 6-year, $1.5 million contract to a 36-year-old Gudis? The rich get richer, my friend. The rich get richer. All right, here we go. 12 o'clock. Let's get it on. As NHL free agency officially opens, Trevor Van Riemsdyk is headed to the Pittsburgh Penguins. Okay, that's the first news of the day. As 12 o'clock hits, Dan Vladar staying in Philadelphia as well. Here we go. Demidov extension breakdown. We can look at this as well if you want to just have that in your head. Yeah, Demidov did resign 8 years or extend 8 years at $9.125 million with crazy signing bonuses. Absolute banger of a contract for the Montreal Canadiens, especially if Demidov hits the ceiling of his trajectory with a net rating of plus 15. That's crazy. This is crazy value on Demidov. Oh my goodness. I love you, Kent. I love you. I love you. I love you. All right, let's see what starts to happen. Can't keep getting away with this, but he does. Initial reaction to Demidov's 8-year contract. Just incredible value for the Canadiens on a star headed towards superstardom. This kid wants to win. Wait until you see what the other pending RFAs get. Like, watch, like Bedard's going to get to $18 million, and here's Demidov signing at $9.125. Let me open up TSN here. Sorry. Let me get started. Why is my TV on? Sorry, let me get, come on. TSN Free Agent Frenzy. Okay, sorry, it wasn't opening up. Banger of a contract. Officially, the 2026-27 season has begun. Let's see what else comes away. So Tyson Forster re-signing 8 years at $7 million AAV. I like this deal so much, says Rono Analyst. When Forster is healthy, that's the problem. When he's healthy. I'm a huge Tyson Forster truther, don't get me wrong. But I don't think you can give 8x7 to a guy who hasn't played like a fully healthy season yet. Am I crazy? I don't know. I love Tyson Forster. And I think this will be a good contract probably eventually, but you're taking a big risk right now. Yeah. Derek makes some good points there. Carter Mazur, 2 years, $875K for Detroit. Jonathan Drouin clears waivers. Here's your Detroit move, Red Wings fans. Drager talking on TSN there. Kudo hates me, doesn't want me to watch a stream. So much lagging. Fido, would you like a new customer? Don't get me started on Canadian telecom carriers. Let's see. All right, Free Agent Frenzy has begun. Let's go to the tracker. There's a tracker here, right? Yeah, Free Agency tracker. So this will be our tracker to keep track. Is there no better? Okay, like this. There you go. Sources say the LA Kings are adding free agent center Eric Haula. So Eric Haula, the next one to fall, next domino to fall here. Several teams have interest in Mario Ferraro, including the Rangers, Predators, Maple Leafs, Oilers, Kings, etc. Some teams may need to make other moves before they dive right in. So Mario Ferraro, will be a big name that teams will be looking at here. And Eric Haula, who I feel like he's going to like the new Mike Sillinger. Minnesota, Vegas, Carolina, Florida, Nashville, Boston, New Jersey, back to Nashville, and now LA, his 8th team. That's crazy. His 8th team. Eric Haula, shout out. I could have just counted right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The LA Kings. So Sheriff, get excited. Eric Haula is coming your way as England and DR Congo are also underway in the round of 32. So Eric Haula, who had 38 points last year. He's had Selke. He got Selke votes in 2023. That's nice. What are they talking about there? They're just talking about Demidov on the TV there. Yeah, I could have gotten way more. Of course he could have. Is this updated or I have to refresh? Signing stats, free agents, RFAs, of course. So Bedard's going to get his big money. I can't wait to see what Cutter Gauthier and Connor Bedard get when Demidov signs for $9.125. Sharks back in on a possible Morgan Riley acquisition. That's interesting. I'm not expecting Giroux signing in Montreal, says Eric Engels. All right, thank you. I wasn't expecting that either. Yeah, Derek going crazy here, poor guy. So Lusterein's 8-year extension also breaks down like this, by the way. Okay. As King Turby said earlier, free stream, free content, enjoy it. Price of admission, 1 like. If you have that like and you're able to click that button, that'd be very much appreciated for the performance of the stream. Thank you very kindly, as we are in our 5th annual coverage of the NHL Free Agent Frenzy here on the channel. July 1st, happy Canada Day. Let's see what else comes our way. As the first larger, I suppose, the first bigger-ish name as the clock has turned past noon is Eric Howla. Colton Sissons and Ross Johnston on Philadelphia's radar. What will the Flyers do today? Extend Forrester, sign Giroux, sign Ross Johnston, and sign Colton Sissons? I don't think the Flyers need I don't think that's what's keeping the Flyers back from succeeding. I think they have bigger things to do. I don't like that 5 by 5.5. I don't like that 7 by 8. I don't know about Danny Briere and the Flyers right now. Owen Tippett at 6.2 is tough. Couturier signed on for 4 more years at 7.75. I feel like the Flyers are just doomed to mid for the next few years. I don't know. Back to the tracker. Craig Button's talking. Demidov's 9.125 and 27-28 will only count for 7.96% of the cap. Insane value. Marco D'Amico, love it. Official on Nico Hischier now, 5 years at 11.7 on the captain there in New Jersey. That extension that will kick in next year. Very high value centerman. Even if he's not the flashiest scoring wise, he is a first-line center with a balanced all-around game, great defensive stick, excellent in battles, clever in the inner slot, creative with the puck, and incredibly versatile. Yeah, Samoskevich going to the Kraken. We saw that earlier. A few days ago, actually. 5 years, my goodness. July 18th is my 5-year Discord anniversary. I can't believe we've been doing this for so long. My channel's been going since October 2008 with Club Penguin, but I started doing videos for NHL and NHL 18, and I seriously started when the pandemic started March 2020. Now here we are, July 2026. I really can't believe it. I didn't know that Riley and Tessa Virtue were married. What? Fresh scenery idea. Yeah, I love Riley, but I get it. Yeah. So great value. Love to see lots of blue on Nico Hischier there. Oh, sorry. I want to keep that on Jay Fresh. Go back over here. What else are we seeing? Rasmus Anderson. Yeah. So it's official on Nico. Rasmus Anderson expected to finalize and register a 7-year contract. 7 years at 8.5 on Rasmus Anderson. Big contract there for him as well. Congo scored. What? DR Congo up 1-0. What? Hold on. Can I check? What else? Where's the World Cup? There it is. What? That's crazy. I mean, like Japan, they went up 1-0 and things still have to stick. There's still a lot to be done. DR Congo up 1-0. There's still more for the Devils to be done. Yeah, I agree. For the Howla Famer, 2 years at 3.5 as Eric Howla joins his 8th NHL team. How old's Eric Howla? He is 35 years and 100 days old. Congratulations to his 100th day of being 35. A 7th-round pick who found quite a nice career for himself, you got to say. A 7th-round pick who's now played with 8 NHL teams. No cups yet, though. Hopefully, LA can get him one. Let's see. I mean, they get a centerman. LA gets a centerman. Looking at the Kings and their depth chart, how does that help them? They still have 10.9 million in cap space. Is that including? No. So 10.9 minus the 3.5. They still have 7.4 million in cap space. Byfield, Laferriere, does he play center? Turcotte, they need centerman. Yeah, so Howla can be a middle 6 centerman for them, I suppose. But can you rely on him? How much? I don't know. I want to see on Eric Howla those numbers. They're still talking only about Demidov in Montreal on TSN, but hey, there's a lot to be happy about. Eric Howla. Let's see. So Howla, 7th-round pick in 2009. He's been traded around quite a bit. Expansion draft pick by Vegas once upon a time. No cups for him yet, though. He's been an Olympian with Finland. Oh, I forgot about that. 6 points in 6 games with Finland at the Olympics. 55 points in that first year with Vegas. Huh. Oh, now it makes sense to keep going. But yeah. All right. So Tyson Forster extended 8x7 in Philadelphia as a top 6 two-way scoring winger who plays a hardworking game without the puck and puts it in the net very efficiently. Not a good passer or skater, but gets by nonetheless. It's his health that concerns me, but his finishing, his goals, even his defense. People don't think about that. He is a very strong defensive two-way scorer. Got to give it to him. Crazy. Yeah, the Lakers are doing a lot as well here today. Things will come. Things will come. We're almost there on likes. 12 out of 25. Hit that button. King Turby, thank you very much. No, the chaos will come. I don't think it comes so much right as 12 o'clock hits as it did in previous years with how RFA conversations and trade clauses and blah, blah, blah. Time for a 7 p.m. coffee and some good news. Soon, hopefully. Soon. Yes, Dexter. That's what we want. That's what we want. So I love this for the Flyers that they're getting to keep him. But I'm just not sure. Like this... Tyson Forster screams like a bridge contract to me. Give him 2 or 3 years. Let him prove himself and be healthy and continue doing what he's doing. Then give him the 8 years that carries him into his mid-30s. To pay him right now until he's 32, 33, and he hasn't had like a fully healthy season in a little bit. I don't know. They like what they see from Forster. I mean, I could be convinced by this contract. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. But I do think it's a bit... I don't know, presumptuous, is that the word? Yeah, 2 years at 3.5 on Howla. And after trading Labushkin and Bork, the Stars have 12.5 million in cap space with 19 active players. Still just thinking about Jason Robertson. I mean, can he go to arbitration, get like a 1 year 12.5, and then something happens next year? I don't know, but I'm sure he wants to get paid. He wants to get paid. So Howla, 2 years at 3.6 actually with the LA Kings. Derek Hong. Only I can show that clip without getting like copywritten, so I'll be careful. Oh, and Dexter with the 1170. Thank you very kindly, my friend. Let me get you added to that 3 more entries for the created player raffle. Donations on the channel get you entries to have a created player in one of our franchise mode series, NHL 26 or 27, I suppose now. And I can do 3 entries. Thank you, Dexter. Very kind here on this lovely July 1st Canada Day. Coverage going on. We're 12 minutes into Free Agent Frenzy. There's Demidov on the 8-year extension. A burgeoning star. Is that the word? Burgeoning star playmaking winger. Can I look this up? Hold on. Look up burgeoning. Beginning to grow or increase rapidly. Flourish. This. Okay, great. Thank you, dictionary on my Mac. Star playmaking winger with amazing skill and creativity with the puck. Underrated defensively with a good motor. A+ shooter. But taking a step as a sniper would make him even more deadly. Wow, wow, wow. Ivan Demidov, 8 years after this, next year of his ELC as well. Could have gotten way more. Incredible value for Ivan Demidov. Top 6 wingers who don't skate or pass very well is not quite a contradiction in terms, as demonstrated by Philadelphia, but man, it's close, Derek. Oh, this poor guy. 10 team no trade. That's my Nico contract. Yeah, Nico gets 11.7. Demidov signs for 9.125. Wonder what the Canadians might be doing with those Marchenko conversations. Why, when I type in Bobrovsky, is the first tweet that I get from 2015. I hate Twitter. More Missouri. Yeah, Missouri signed a 2-year deal with the Maple Leafs. What am I saying? With the Red Wings. Final predictions from this guy. Who's this guy? Content creator, sports bettor. Oh, that means you must be a genius then. Third anniversary of the inaugural Puck Dooku. Really? Ray Ferraro, it's not Ray Ferraro. Gino Retta says that the Maple Leafs are closing in on Sergei Bobrovsky. I think it makes a lot of sense. The Maple Leafs have how much money here? 20.9 million. All the bums are talking on TSN. So, you know what? As much as I want to be like, haha, Maple Laughs, you got to admit, Give me a healthy Austin Matthews. Give me a fire lit under him William Nylander. Give me a growing Matthew Nyes. Give me a first overall pick Gavin McKenna. Give me Darren Radish. Give me Sergei Bobrovsky. And this team just got very interesting. I don't think the Maple Leafs are going to be contenders next year. And they're still thinking about moving Morgan Riley. They still are not probably going to have Max Domi. Their bottom six is atrocious. I don't think I would trust like Benoit Olivier-Groulx and Michael Pizzetta and Dakota Joshua to be your guys. But the Maple Leafs suddenly get very interesting. In a stacked Eastern Conference, I don't think it's going to help them very much. McKenna, Matthews, Nylander, Cowan, Tavares, Nyes. I love the top six. I love the top six for the Maple Leafs. I hate the bottom six. I think the defense gets very strong with Radish and Bobrovsky, potentially Werenski if they can make some sort of deal happen there. The Leafs need to be all in because they don't have the next 2 years first-round picks. Exactly. They don't have their first over the next 2 years, and Austin Matthews will be a UFA in 2 years as well. So these have to be 2 all-in seasons. And then after that, I mean, they have conditional picks, yeah, but and then after that, it becomes back to the rebuild, I suppose, with McKenna leading the way. Maki Samaskovich, whatever you want to say, 3 years at 3.85 with the Seattle Kraken. So he was acquired by Seattle, and now he officially signs. So the Kraken, lots of money, $22.5 million, 3.85 going to Maki. He gets signed. Tolvanen likely walking. Jaden Schwartz likely walking. Shane Wright, a potential trade piece. I wonder. Vince Dunn, last year of his contract. I wonder what they'll do. But Montour, Larson, Lindgren. The Kraken don't have to be such a bad team. They don't have to be such a bad team. But it's tough when like Robertson's turning down $15 million and Panarin doesn't want to come. But Mackey slots into that middle six nicely. Capo Caco, I wonder what's going to happen with him. But he is signed, and Seattle can say that's one less thing we got to take care of. The free agent tracker continuing. Yes, very good. Puckpedia Plus. Whoa. Martin Biron was talking about being cautious with Bobrovsky. Sounds like Colton Sissons to the Leafs. Oh, interesting. So the Flyers were in on Sissons and Johnston, and now they leave. I mean, they leave there, and then Danny Briere misses out. Colton Sissons to the Leafs. There's that bottom six piece we're just talking about. Colton Sissons to the Leafs and Ross Johnston to the Blues. So, hey, Colton Sissons. A lifer with the Predators before going to Vegas this past season. I mean, it's the definition of a bottom six pickup. I don't think there's too much to get excited about, but it does answer the call that I just made. No Arvidsson for Boston. I'm way behind on everything. Arvidsson's going to free agency, it looks like. So Colton Sissons, who, very physical guy. He's gotten Selke votes in the past. 93 hits, playing 12.30 per night in Vegas. I don't mind that for the Maple Leafs. Sissons to the Leafs, Johnson to the Blues. Danny couldn't even close on those guys. Leafs and Sissons talking, nothing done yet, which means it's about to happen. Halleck comes in a shade above his market value, but at least it's only on a short-term deal. Not a needle mover for LA, but adds some center support for a bottom six. Yeah, Trevor Van Riemsdyk going to Pittsburgh as well. So there's Howlett to New York, to Los Angeles. Oh, sources say Detroit Red Wings are targeting Victor Arvidsson on a 2-year deal. So if Arvidsson were to go to, and all signs are pointing to Matt Zuccarello to Los Angeles. Oh, 2 big things right there to note. So the Kings are going to be picking up, looks like Matt Zuccarello and Eric Haula. That is very interesting. Zuccarello with the Wild for so long. He came over in what? What was the what trade was it? On the tip of my tongue. Oh, it was just a trade for picks. Okay. So, yes. Oh, no, because he went to Dallas. That's what it was. And he signed. Okay. So, Zuccarello, who had 54 points in 59 games this past year, looks like he'll be going to the Kings as a 38 going on 39-year-old. Yeah, I'm surprised the Wild didn't re-sign him. Eric Haula, a veteran depth center who kills penalties, but puts his team in the penalty box way more than he draws penalties. Yeah, so there's the numbers on Eric Haula for all you Kings fans out there. Ken Holland masterclass. Flyers missed out on both. Leafs get their third line center, and Danny couldn't even close on these guys. We are witnessing something amazing. The best, sharpest, most impactful was signed before the market even opened. Yes, sir. Sheriff, you got George Springer on the paternity list. Hey, congrats, George Springer. You got two things to be excited about, Sheriff. You got Eric Howla. Here he is. You got Eric Howla, 2 years at $3.6 million. And it looks like you'll be getting Matt Zuccarello. That's something you can be excited about a little bit. Sources say the Red Wings are close on Arvidsson as well. That would be exactly what the Red Wings need in terms of like a middle six scorer, because are you gonna have Emmett Finney and Mason Appleton be those scorers? So I like that fit. I think Victor Arvidsson is a very good fit for the Red Wings. Now let's see what Steve Yzerman signs him to. Samoskevich signs a 3-year deal, keeping him as an RFA upon expiry in Seattle. He is a middle six two-way winger who's active with the puck and has shown signs that he could be a legit top 6 difference maker. Interesting. New Springer kid. There you go. Sad he isn't playing today because I'm going to the game, but happy for him. Hey, enjoy the game today, my friend. That's fun. There's Mackey. I like that for Seattle a lot. Yeah, I like it for Seattle. But it's tough that like these are the best players that they get. The Samoskeviches, the Kakos, the Tolvanens, like fringe guys on other teams that could take that next step, but then get put in not the best environment after that. 1 year for Zuccarello in Los Angeles. It sounds like it's getting done. Canadians are once again, and possibly for the last time, front load an extension to help bring more value to the deal. $23 million in signing bonuses is not something most teams in the NHL are open to doing, but when the Canadians are as rich as they are, I suppose. So it's a 1-year deal for Zuccarello in Los Angeles, a 2-year deal for Eric Howla in Los Angeles. Poor Derek. I'm so sorry for Derek. Teams are spending big early on July 1st. Look at this. Teams are spending big already. 1-year deal with bonuses for Zuccarello with the LA Kings. Erik Gustafsson also signing with the Kings. All right, so 3. There you go, Sheriff. Erik Gustafsson, Eric Howla, and Matt Zuccarello all bring you to the 2016 NHL All-Star Game. Dom says terrific extension for Tyson Foerster, one of the best defensive wingers in hockey. I'm not trying to be a hater on this extension. I just think I would have done a bridge on Foerster with his injury concerns last couple of years. Eric Howla joins his 8th NHL team. Tyson Foerster, I guess we'll put in the good extension category. I could be swayed here. But Zuccarello, yeah, 1 year with bonuses going to the LA Kings. So the LA Kings now, looking at their depth chart, you can now say Panarin, Byfield, Kempe, Moore, Laferriere. No, probably Panarin, Byfield, Kempe, Fiala, Laferriere, Zuccarello, Armia, Howla, Moore, Wright, Turcotte, Lee, something like that. I don't mind that for Los Angeles, but what are they trying to do? They need a centerman. Dude had 13 goals on 6 expected last year and shot 21%. Ecuador's coach got fired. I can't believe how blessed Los Angeles is with Unks. They are blessed with Unks. And Erik Gustafsson. What's up with Erik Gustafsson? Erik Gustafsson, he is 34 and a half. 2 games with Detroit last year, 60 the year prior. Was he in the AHL, right? An AHL defenseman last year, was he? Yeah. Yes, 37 points in 39 games with the Grand Rapids in the AHL last year. And now he goes to Los Angeles, maybe in a third pair role. Zuccarello, what? 1 million? That's it? I wonder what the AAV will be. But Matt Zuccarello signing for 1 million? What? That's incredible. What was his contract before in Minnesota? But the LA Kings, I don't know. What are they trying to do? They're going to have a lot of cap space. Zuccarello will join in. I mean, they have cap space to go after somebody, but who's it going to be? They're going to have cap space to go after somebody, but who will it be? 1 million plus bonuses. I want to see more on that. Smoskovich, yes, we already saw that. Friedman, you're late, man. LA Kings. Tracker. Maybe 1 million pay with big number. Yeah, I'm sure there's big bonuses, but the AAV will only be 1 million? I don't know. I got to see that. Is the AAV really going to be just 1 million? Carolina isn't fully out just yet, but John Carlson is exploring other options. Philadelphia and Tampa Bay is also in the mix. Philly, will Danny close? Let me ask Derek here. Odds of Danny closing above 5%. So John Carlson, the Hurricanes traded for his rights for what, a 5th round pick for Kyle Masters and a 6th. So Kyle Masters, who was probably just a contract, and a 6th round pick who became Noah Kosick. We'll see what happens in the future with Noah Kosick. But Carlson, the Hurricanes acquired his rights, tried to make it happen, and it looks like it won't. Looking at where the Hurricanes here. They have 11.1 million in cap space. It might be the term that they don't want to do. I wonder. I'm surprised. I thought he would have signed in Carolina. They're not fully out just yet, but Carlson is exploring. Philly and Tampa Bay would make a lot of sense. Here's the value on Nico Hischier for a guy like Dexter. Looking at his value over time. They're all just, TSN's only talking about Bobrovsky, just falling over themselves talking about Bobrovsky. I always remember how they fell over themselves, like screaming with tears of joy when Wayne Simmons signed. And I was like, am I the only one who doesn't think this is anything special? I don't think Bobrovsky's going to be the guy. Like, I think, like I already said before, it makes Toronto a lot stronger, puts them in a great position, but I don't think the Leafs are going to be able to compete super well the next couple of years. McKenna's going to be getting better, yes, but I'm still not convinced by the bottom 6, by the defense. Bobrovsky will give them a chance to succeed, but Matthews, Nylander, they have to be the ones who carry the team. So Zuccarello might be 38, but he still has game. While the Kings don't need to get older, a $1 million contract plus bonuses is great value. He was 54 points in 59 games last year. Zuccarello does all the little things right and is a great top 9 facilitator. Come on. Market value, $8.2 million. Jaden Schwartz to Colorado per Upshaw. Let's see this. We'll get that in a moment. Just want to finish off on Zuccarello. Veteran playmaking winger who's slow but can still pass the puck very well, especially on the power play. I know he's 39, but the guy just had 54 points in 59 games. Am I the only one who's saying, how is he getting only $1 million? Huh? I'm sure it's loaded with bonuses, but still. I love that for the LA Kings. That's the steal of the day. Target, yeah. Where is, let's see, Jaden Schwartz? What was the prediction on Jaden Schwartz here by this random person? Colorado. Who's this guy? Okay, this guy got that one right. Deep Sea Hockey. Huh. So a 3-year contract is looking like, per insider Scotty Upshaw. I mean, is this still... Yeah, it's still there. Why don't I follow this guy? Greg Wisniewski, whatever his name is. Must be big bonuses for Zuccarello. Yeah, so Jaden Schwartz is going to the Avalanche. This is such a Colorado pickup. Probably 3 years at $1 million or something. Somehow they do it. They have $5.6 million in cap space. I'm a big Jaden Schwartz fan. Always have been. He's always been great for me in fantasy hockey. I love him. So he will be going to the Avalanche on some sort of deal that's going to slot him in probably in like a 3rd-line role, I would think. Parker Kelly slots down maybe. I don't know. I don't think the Avalanche didn't really need anything here, but it gives them more options and also covers themselves for injuries and whatnot. I don't dislike it. I didn't think that was going to be where he went. Colorado is the destination. 3 years for Jaden Schwartz. A little less than market value today to play in a desired location. Interesting. Jaden Schwartz has been a trooper. Another guy who can't stay healthy, though. That's the problem with him. 26 points in 50 games in Seattle. A lifer with the Blues before that. Stanley Cup champion. 1st-round pick back in 2010. Schwartz. Jaden Schwartz. Okay, these commercials. It's enough. Why can't I mute this? Okay. James Schwartz, Lady Bing votes once upon a time. Per 82 games in his career, he's a 53-point guy. I like it. Yeah. Okay. 1 year, 1 million. I am absolutely floored that Zuccarello would sign for 1 year, 1 million. Will there not be other teams like, what, is there not like a Florida or like a Stanley Cup contender that wanted a 54-point guy in 59 games who's slow but still has incredible value for 1 million? But hey, the Kings get him, and we'll see. We'll see what the Kings are trying to build. There you go. Thanks. Well, I knew him. I've known of him. I don't know why I wasn't following him. Thanks, man. Now I follow one more. How many people do I follow? 471. Actually, I got to edit this. 9.7 now. Yes, sir. Getting closer to that 10K. 9.7. We're getting closer. You know, the chance just goes fine. Mason Marchment sounds like he's headed to San Jose. Really? Longtime home of Father Brian in both on and off the ice, in an on and off ice role. 5 years at 7 million. You what? How does Mason Marchment get not only 7 million AAV, but on a 5-year term? Sam Erson is signing in Ottawa 2 years at 2.2. So there's Ottawa's backup. That's taken care of. Ottawa's backup 2 years at 2.2 to back up Linus Ullmark. I'm sure that Reimer and Merilainen will be gone, I guess. And Ullmark is backed up by Erson for the next 2 years, as they'll still have 5.2 million to play with. Wow. So Erson signs 2 years at 2.2. Jonathan Berggren staying in St. Louis 1 year, 2 million. Okay, I like that as well. What else are we seeing? I'm shocked Erson got anything, let alone a raise. John Carlson hasn't closed the door to Carolina, but the Hurricanes couldn't close the deal before noon, so Carlson's agent is now taking calls from other teams. Okay, fair enough. I think Tampa Bay and Philadelphia are among them. We'll see where this goes for the number 1 UFAD. Dallas legend. Good for Mason. Mason Marchment. There you go. Marchment to the Sharks. Yes. 5 years at 7 million. Let's trade Marchment for Dennis Malgin, someone once said. So Mason Marchment traded from Toronto to Florida for Dennis Malgin. Yeah, once upon a time, a Toronto Maple Leaf. Then signed by Dallas, traded for a third and a fourth, traded with a fourth for a second for Victor Fyodorov, shout out. And now he signs 5x7. He scored 32 points in 39 games last year in Columbus. You know what? Got to give credit where credit is due there. But I'm still kind of shocked by the price tag, I have to say, especially for a 31-year-old. I don't know. Marchment to San Jose. I mean, he's not old. Just it's a lot of term and money. He's not old. I take that back. But still, yeah. So per 82 games, he scores 50 points, 122 hits. Wow. So San Jose gets a piece there. Anytime's decided the going rate for decent middle sixers is 7 million. So Forster gets 7 million. I guess Marchment can get 7 million. I mean, if Marchment gets 7 million, Forster at 7 looks a lot better. Cole Smith going to Chicago there, 3 years at 3 million. Okay. So Marchment, my favorite UFA out there, said Dom Lashinsky. Mason Marchment is a great fit for the Sharks, great get for the Sharks at a reasonable price. Really? Am I just getting too old? That 7 million is crazy to me. I asked my dad this morning, I said, what do you think Bowen Byram got signed to? I explained who Bowen Byram was. He knew him, but he kind of forgot. I said, yeah, Buffalo, top 4. Here are his stats. He looked at it and he said, I don't know, crazy money, you say? Yeah, crazy money. How about, I don't know, 6 million? I'm like, yeah, 12.5, my friend. So am I just becoming like getting that age where my brain is still stuck in the past of dollar values? 3 years at 3.25 million for Jaden Schwartz in Colorado. I love that for the Avalanche and for Schwartz. 3 years at 3.25, Jaden Schwartz with the Avalanche. And Mason Marchment signs 5x7 in San Jose. So the Sharks becoming a real threat in the NHL with almost 40 million in cap space. I suppose that's why they can make moves like that. And they don't need to sign Misets for a couple of years. Celebrini, they have a year. Smith, they have. I mean, they could do extensions starting now, right? Just like how they did with Demidov. Canes did with Demidov. Orlov's at 6.5 will be coming off the books. Everyone's ask is just far too much. Okay, so it's not just me. Askarov will need money soon as well. But the Sharks get Mason Marchment for that middle 6 role. He is a top 6 scoring winger with great size, hands, and shooting, compensating for poor skating. A pretty shameless embellisher who still somehow ends up on the wrong end of the penalty ledger. There you go. Go diving with the Sharks. Marshman can go diving with the Sharks. Oh, here are the geniuses. Kolyakovos talking. All the geniuses are out on TSN. I don't know. Was I just not familiar enough with Mason Marshman's game? I don't know, man. But he will sign 5/7 with the San Jose Sharks. 2.1 million cheaper than Ivan Demidov. That makes sense. Jonathan Berggren staying in St. Louis. He was picked up in the Justin Falk trade, right? The 25, almost 26-year-old. Yeah, he's turning 26 in a couple of weeks. 16 points in 36 games. Wasn't bad. Yeah, I think that's fine for a one-year deal for the Blues. I like that. Cole Smith signs 3 years at $3 million with the Blackhawks, a physical fourth-line winger who brings defensive value. So, hey, now the Blackhawks have Cole Smith. They have Jordan Greenway. Actually would be an outstanding line mate for Macklin. Hey, we'll see what he does in San Jose. I could see it working out. Great defensive metrics for Cole Smith. I guess since the Blackhawks are trying to win the Stanley Cup next season with how they're paying Bowen Byram and moving the 4th overall pick, they still have $30 million in cap space. They'll have Bertuzzi. They'll have Greenway. Actually, Cole Smith is already there, so they still have actually $33.3 million in cap space. Boy. Cole Smith. Yeah, sounds like Schwartz in the neighborhood of 3 by... It's already been confirmed, man. It's already been confirmed by Pagnotta over here. 3 years at 3.25. My boy Jaden Schwartz is headed to the Avs on a 3-year deal 12 minutes ago. Stanley Cup champ, amazing teammate. There you go. 3 years at 3.25. So what is it, Franck? Elliot says 3 years at 3.25. Is it in the neighborhood of 3 years at 3.25? Or is it 3 years at 3.25? Is Derek going to answer me there on the Danny? Cole Smith in Chicago, yes. So how do things look on the free agent tracker? So 12 contracts signed, already $362.5 million. Signing stats. Interesting. Who's still out here in free agency? So if we look at best UFAs left, Ovechkin doesn't count. So Mantha, Carlson, Kane, Zuccarello will be signing. Arvidsson will be signing. Giroux, Marcus Johansson's in Europe. Marchman has signed. So already a lot of people are off, and Kopitar's retired. So looking at this list, really it's Mantha, Carlson, Kane, Giroux, Tarasenko, Lee, Michelli, Jenner, Perry, Ben, Roslovic, Tolvanen. That's sorting by points. Looking at last year's contract changes things up a little bit. And looking at the RFAs, of course, Robertson, Bedard, Gauthier, but I don't think most of those will get taken care of today. Bork, did he sign? I forget. And UFA goalies, yeah, not much out there. Really not much out there. Ryan Lomberg has multiple options he's evaluating right now. Leafs expressed interest, but they're out. Less than or equal to, I fear. Oh, the TSN bums are laughing it up. Why do I want Corey Perry back? I mean, if you don't have money for Jamie Benn, I doubt there's money for Corey Perry, but I could see that being interesting if the money's there. They're just talking about John Carlson now. That was like how long ago? That was 7 minutes ago. Pierre, he's saying what he tweeted 7 minutes ago. Does your team have the assets for an offer sheet? Our offer sheet tracker knows. Really? Interesting. I don't think many teams are doing the offer sheets out here, but here's how things look. We're a little past an hour of coverage now, about 40 minutes into Free Agent Frenzy as well. If you haven't already, leave that like. We'll continue to have breaking news and analysis of the real world of hockey too. So subscribe and hit the bell. We'll go live as big trades happen, as we continue to think about Zach Werenski, of Jason Robertson. The news breaks in the Discord server first. Link in the description. We're over 800 members, always talking hockey and breaking news there. One of our channel members, Goal Iserman, checking in. Welcome aboard, my friend. Let's see if there is enough. Yeah, there is some. AAV is 3.25 million. Stanley Cup champ that logged 60 plus points in 14-15. That's long ago. Sources say Corey Perry is going back to Los Angeles. Sheriff, get in here. Yeah, you were gifted a membership. Yes, congratulations. Corey Perry is going back to Los Angeles. So the Kings sign Eric Gustafson, who's 34, Eric Howla, who's 36, Matt Zuccarello, who's 39, and Corey Perry, who's 41. I got to tweet that. 36. Matt Zuccarello, 39. Corey Perry, 41. And it was, Eric, why can't I type? Gustafson, 34. Right? Eric Gustafson. Yes, 34. And old man. Poor Sheriff. Yes, Zuccarello to LA, 1 year, 1 million. We'll recap what we've done so far in just a moment. What's happened so far, I guess I should say. Danny versus Brisebois in a Harvey Specter style knife fight to close Carlson. Carlson is already a. That is hilarious. Harvey Specter style knife fight. That's really funny. Derek. Ryan Lomberg's headed to the Blue Jackets on a 2-year deal. All right, Ryan Lomberg goes to Columbus. Jane Schwartz, a veteran third-line utility winger who plays a complimentary pass-first game. There are the numbers on Jane Schwartz going to the Colorado Avalanche. Wow. So moves are starting to happen here. Corey Perry going back to LA. Congrats to the Kings on making the Cup final. Official now. Sounds like the Flyers aren't close on John Carlson. Belief is that he's going elsewhere. Poor Derek. At least he can rest easy now. Why is Fried Superland everything right now? I don't know. Good point. So let's track the signings so far. Tracker, yes. So for those of you who might just be joining us, we got the Bowen Byram extension, Ito Luostarinen 8x5 extension, Nico Hischier 5x11.7 extension, Rasmus Andersson 7x8.5 with Vegas, Zellweger 3 years at 3.1 in Buffalo, Radko Gudas 6x1.5. I will not watch a single Kings game. Poor Sheriff. Ivan Demidov extends 8 years at 9.15, kicking in 27-28. But there are 5 years of 5.5. Howlett 2 years of 3.5 in Los Angeles. I guess that's it that they're telling us for now. There's more that's happened. Perry, it's 1 year at 1 million. 1 year at 1 million. Adjusting for cap inflation, the Demidov contract is actually insane. 5.8 million is going to be in 2035. Wow. LeBron to Golden State. Watch it happen, I'm telling you. 1 year, 1 million. Corey Perry, he still got it, as he'll be playing in what? How many seasons now for Corey Perry? His 21st season? No, he's played 20 parts of 21 seasons, so his 22nd NHL season, that's gonna be what it is? Phenomenal contract for Demidov, yes. Phenomenal. So he goes back to Los Angeles where he had good success, 28 points in 50 games with the Kings. And he was traded for what? For a second-round pick. So good ROI for the Kings. They trade him for a second and then get him back the next year. That's nice. Right back to Los Angeles. Corey Perry enjoyed life there. Ian Cole is signing 1 year at $4.75 million. Louis Erickson, poor X-Tech. Big contract in Chicago, but that's when you go to Chicago, you get paid big money, I suppose. Yeah, Ryan Lomberg. We saw that. Ryan Lomberg is going to Columbus. Lomberg, 31-year-old Stanley Cup champ with the Panthers. Spent the last couple of years in Calgary. Fourth-line guy. Not sure where John Carlson will land now that he's officially a free agent, but as I mentioned, he's a player the Montreal Canadiens have interest in. Yeah, don't even get your hopes up for a nanosecond. That is not happening. The Montreal Canadiens, with 14 million cap space, yes. But where's he going to play? I mean, your top four becomes Matheson, Hudson, Dobson, Carlson, Gooley on your third pair with Carrier. Move out Struble, let Arbor Jacki walk. I mean, it could work if you had to, and I wouldn't say no, but I don't think that's happening for a second. I wouldn't say no, but I don't think it's happening. Patrick Laine is going to walk. They still got to figure out Kirby Dach. Brett Bedard, Zach Bolduc. Yeah, the Canadians still have stuff to figure out. With 14 million, if you give like a 2x10 on John Carlson, you have 4 million to take care of Bolduc and Berard. Is that enough? I don't know. Maybe you trade out Struble. You move up Montembeault, perhaps. I could see it. The Canadians would definitely get a lot stronger with John Carlson on board. But Caden Gooley's a top 4 guy. He's incredible too. I don't know, I'm just throwing it out there. All right, so Ian Cole. 1 year. So it's 1 year, 4 million. Yeah, 1 year, 4 million with bonuses of 750K. So the Blackhawks get another one. Another veteran joined in on board. Yeah, there it is. 1 year at 4 million, actually, not 4.8 or 4.75. It's 4. They'll have to change that. So the defense now in Chicago for next year becomes Byram Lechinov, Vlasic Rinzel, Korchinski, Kaiser. Cole is 7th D, or he bumps maybe, I don't know, who would he bump? You'd want to be giving ice time to all these guys. I don't know. Odd one for the Blackhawks, actually. What Carlson brings that Matheson, Hudson, and Dobson don't already bring. Habs need a good shutdown D for the third pair. Yeah, I wouldn't say the Canadians, this should be their number one thing to do. Don't expect them to be active today, didn't expect them to be active today, but it does sound like Minnesota has a few targets today in free agency, says Anthony DeMarco. All right. So Ian Cole, he is a physical veteran defenseman who continues to put up solid results in a third pair role, although he takes too many penalties. So there are the numbers on Ian Cole, 37-year-old signing with the Blackhawks. All right, there you go. 1.3 million per year, 2-year deal for Ryan Lomberg. There you go. So 2 years at 1.3, joining the Blue Jackets. That's a fine contract. The Blue Jackets, who have a lot to figure out right now with Werenski. I mean, I hate that these players are just saying, like, it's such a, I'd almost rather have you play out your contract and say I'm leaving, rather than say, hey, in 2 years, by the way, I'm going to leave, and you also can't trade me. Okay, well, what's that supposed to do for us? Hearing Darche is done for the day, back in bed. Really? You tucked him in? Mathieu Darche, back counting the sheep. Jet Greaves need a contract. Yeah, the Blue Jackets will have money to do everything that they need to. So Corey Perry, 1 year. Plenty of interest in Ilya Tolvanen. The Rangers acquire Jonas Korpisalo for a 4th-round pick. Wow, so there's the backup goalie for the Rangers. There's the backup for the Rangers, Jonas Korpisalo, one of the not-so-great goalies, I would say, in the National Hockey League. A 4th-round pick, and Kalle Väisänen. Don't know who that is. Kalle Väisänen. Oh, you know what? A 4th-round pick who's been playing in the AHL. 4 points in 51 games. At least he'll play in the AHL probably for Boston. So there's your move, Boston Bruin fans. Korpisalo is gone for a 4th and a random AHLer. Plenty of interest in Tolvanen, but nothing close to the moment. Continues to weigh out offers in the 4 to 5 year range. Corey Perry, 1 year, 1 million. We saw 1 year, 1 million. Yes. The Bruins have traded Korpisalo. Okay, I'm just saying the same thing now. So Korpisalo, going to look at the Bruins. So the Bruins now, that's good for them money-wise at least. 7.7 million. They just freed up 3 more million. A guy with the 10-team no trade. You weren't enjoying life with him as well. So Korpisalo, 3 more million. That gives the Bruins now 10.7 million in cap space. What will they do with it? They would need a backup goalie. Oh my goodness, these commercials. East Side Mario commercials. So 3 million. Oh my. Okay. Andrew Peak needs a contract. Yoki Hardy's making 3 million. Yeah. So Korpisalo gone, frees up some money, and also gives the Rangers a backup. The Bruins got a 4th in 2028. That's nice. Throw a draft pick in there. Veleno signs with the Rangers. Really? Joe Veleno going to the Rangers? No kidding. Where is it? Per Tony Marinaro. Ah, I could believe that. Tony Marinaro. I believe that. Good old Tony. Yes. Hearing Veleno signed a 1-year deal with the Rangers. Yeah, makes sense with all the connections in Montreal. I have friends who know Joe Veleno. Like, he's really a lot of connections around here, I would say. So Joe Veleno, 1 year, 1.2. So the Rangers make a couple moves now as they add 4.2 million to their situation. They still are going to have well over 10, 11 million to play with. Veleno joins as a fourth line centerman. So no Europe for him. I had a friend who told me that Joe Veleno, I had a friend who spoke with Veleno recently who I believe, unless my friend was wrong, he had said he was hopeful for the Canadiens to re-sign him. And if not, worst case, there's a lot of offers in Europe. So it looks like he doesn't have to even think about Europe, and he will sign 1.2 million, not like a league minimum or anything. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought that he'd go to Europe. I thought there'd be an NHL market, and there absolutely is, as we see that. So he'll sign with the Rangers, fourth line center conversation, it looks like. Not too far from home. And they get their backup goalie, in Korpisalo, as Garin is going to be in the AHL, I suppose. Okay. Joe Veleno. Mikheyev going to the Lightning. What? Okay, so Ilya Mikheyev signs with the Tampa Bay Lightning. There's another one that just came down the pipe. I don't know what to say. So Ilya Mikheyev, 4 years, I bet at 750K, right? Somehow they get these guys. Interesting. The Lightning didn't necessarily need another bottom six guy, but they get one. Ilya Mikheyev, 4-year contract. Lomberg, nothing special there with the Blue Jackets. Should I tweet and be an insider? Joe Veleno. Try to scoop up Tony Marinaro. Veleno was not able to bring any offense, but was good on the pony kill, face off, and brings good physicality. Yes. Oh, you said, oh, I'm sorry, I missed that. Yes. Mikheyev, 4 years, Tampa Bay. Thank you, Mighty Joe. That's why I need you on the stream, man. I need you here. Interesting. So there's Corey Perry, veteran utility winger, and past to uses his smarts and skill to contribute even as his skating has continued to deteriorate. I wonder if the Kings might flip him again at the deadline this year. I wonder what the term is on Mikheyev as well. 2 years, 2.2 on Ersson to be the backup in Ottawa. As the Lightning, how much money did they have? They had 13.1. They still have, quite a bit of money. Let's get the TSN back on here. Carlos Koliakovo. Koliakovo. Yeah, Rasmus Anderson, I guess it's now official. 7 years, 8.5. And why is Friedman so late on everything? You think the Flyers are about to announce something? Okay. I'm listening. Kings have tools now to get a good asset on the trade deadline this year if they don't make. Yeah, they have so many veterans that they could trade for some assets. Zuccarello at 1 year, Perry 1 year, 1 million. 2 veterans at 1 year, 1 million. Congo up 1-0 over England at the half. That's crazy. Ken Holland bringing in all the vets to make himself feel better. Yeah, I suppose so. On TSN, they're saying that the Canadiens have to go all in on the Blue Jackets, whether it's Marchenko or Werenski. But I don't know. I wouldn't. If I'm the Canadiens and I could sign John, I'm not saying I want anything to be done, but if I could sign John Carlson for 2 years, 10 million, or trade Zurovsky and Firsts and all these guys for Werenski, probably not Werenski, but for like Marchenko, I'd probably just, I don't know. I think I'd prefer to stand pat. Am I crazy to say that? I don't know. I don't want to give up Zurovsky and all that value. As great as Marchenko would be, though, then he's going to need a contract too. I don't know. Korpisalo. 1 mil retained by Ottawa still, I see. Marchenko, you're trying to get Fantilli. Fantilli would be a different conversation. If he's your second-line center, I am okay with giving up that value for Fantilli. For Marchenko, who's amazing, but just not necessarily the same need that the Canadiens have. Korpisalo, acquired by the Rangers, is a goalie. Jonas Korpisalo. Yeah, I don't think Fantilli is for sale, but if that's the price to get him, I'd rather pay it for him than Marchenko, I think. I don't know. Not that I don't want Marchenko, just it's a high price to pay. Mikheyev, 4-year contract. I don't know what it's for. Lillard had a super strong year in Philadelphia, relying on good technicals. Can he sustain this moving forward? I don't think so. Anderson officially official, 7 by 8.5. Yeah. Oh, the Giroux Flyers reunion is still a possibility. That's it. Could have an offer sheet. Absolutely. They're still talking about the Canadians. Blue Jackets 24 million to sign. Yeah. Claude Giroux. Could he go back to Philly? Looks very possible. He signed for like dirt cheap with the Senators to stay there last year. Crazy one. He was 4 years with the Sens, really 79 points, 35 goals. I forgot about that in his first year in Ottawa. 64, 50, 49. Does he go back to Philadelphia where he spent parts of 15 seasons, exactly 1,000 games? Jeremy, welcome to the stream, buddy. 900 points in 1,000 games with the Flyers. Does he go back to Philly? Still getting Selke votes. Still a guy who can eat, middle 6 minutes. Still able to do it at 30. Why do some guys have their age and some guys don't? Who calls Claude Giroux G-Baby? What is this? He's only been an all-star once? All right. 3.85 for 4 years on Ilya Mikheyev. Dallas have moved back and worked back. Let's understand them. They'll have lost. Yes, it's going to be very difficult this offseason for Dallas if they don't get Robertson signed or a big haul for him. 3.85 for Ilya Mikheyev going to the Tampa Bay Lightning. The rich get richer. That's such a Tampa move. Ilya Mikheyev, 31, going on 32. 36 points in 77 games last year. Back-to-back years of getting some Selke votes out there. That's nice. Ilya Mikheyev signing a 4-year deal in Tampa. Ross Johnston, 3 years at $2 million. Good amount of interest in Luke Shen. Classic. 3 years, $2 million. Really? Ross Johnston. 3 years, $2 million for a 32-year-old. Definitely physical, yeah. His 82-game average is 219 hits per 82 games and 155 penalty minutes. So there's a fourth-line guy for you, St. Louis. That's fun. Fourth-line guy for the Blues. Where does Mikheyev fit in Tampa Bay is what I'm trying to figure out. Where does Mikheyev fit in Tampa Bay? Is he just going to be there to, like, him and Holmberg swap in and out of the lineup or something, just to have guarantees? They have – the Lightning did offer Geekie and a Werenski deal as well. I don't know. Tough. It's a tough situation. Those Gold Star, yeah, I know. Third line left wing. Probably makes the most sense. Then who gets bumped to the fourth line? Zemgus? Yanni Gourde getting older, but he's on that Radko Gudas kind of contract. 5 more years at 34. Tampa Bay is also signing Jeffrey Viel. Okay, so there's another pickup for the Lightning. So they get Mikheyev and Viel. Jeffrey Viel, also going to Tampa Bay. Where's he from? L'Ange Gardien in Quebec. Aucune idée sous ça. L'Ange Gardien. Jeffrey Viel. 10 points in 35 games with the Ducks. He came from Boston. Was that the deadline? Could it be? But yeah, per 82 games, he's a guy who also throws 203 hits, 192 penalty minutes. So big fourth line, play 30, 40 games, be a healthy scratch, I don't know, kind of guy. Another defensively sound middle sixer for the Lightning. Pretty fair deal for Ilya Mikheyev. Very nice for Mikheyev and the Lightning. Everybody's probably happy on that one. And then we saw his value here. Speedy defensive winger who's excellent at killing penalties and contributes on the forecheck at 5v5. Strong defensive track record. 100th percentile on the penalty kill. Defense fell off a cliff, but the offensive finishing has still been there. I know. Feel bad for Geekie. Is he going to go back to the AHL? Does he ask for a trade at this point? I don't know. Dennis Gilbert, 1 year, $850K in Buffalo, would be their 7th defenseman, it looks like. Vincent Desharnais, unlikely to return to San Jose. Ross Johnson is an enforcer. Has some defensive value, at least there's that. $2 million for 3 years. That's kind of costly, I find, for a guy who's could be like a 1 year, $850K. 5 years at $2.5 million? What? Jeffrey Viel, 5 by 2.5 in Tampa Bay. What are they going to do with Geekie, man? There's no room for him anymore. Connor Geekie, 11th overall pick in 2022, gets moved in the Sergachev trade, was a big piece of it. 59 points in 57 games in the AHL, got 14 games in the NHL where he scored 3 points. You got to think that he's going to be moved in whatever the package is when they're trying for Werenski or whoever else. I got to think that Geekie is not going to be back next season. I don't think he's going to be back in Tampa Bay. There's no room for Geekie, man, unless you're going to commit to putting him in like a third line role plus some power play or something. And so be it if VL doesn't get as much ice time. But even Dominic James is a good young player who needs to play too. Anything else about Mason Marchment to San Jose? They said 5x7. That's all we know. 5x7 and nothing we've heard since then. What are they talking about? Robertson wants to stay in Dallas. They're talking about, yeah. Mikheyev, Tampa bound. Lumber, Perry, Cole. How's the tracker looking? Dennis Gilbert also signing. I mean, the tracker is faster than this takes long. Here's how the UFA still look at this point. And by the way, Dennis Gilbert. Dennis Gilbert. So Dennis Gilbert. Oh, Noah Juleson going to Colorado. I like that. I love Noah Juleson. Official now forced to re-sign. Noah Juleson, 2 years at 1.1 in Colorado. I like that. The Blues were looking to add some toughness in free agency, and they find it. Yes. Johnston, 32, 6'5", 232 pounds. Wow. Mike Benning signing in Calgary. Declan Carlisle signing in Pittsburgh. What are these random signings, man? So Dennis Gilbert. He's played 119 games in his career. 8 games last year with Ottawa. Dennis Gilbert, 7th D for the Sabres. You would think, yeah, if even really that. Noah Juleson. I've always been a big Noah Juleson fan. First round pick of the Canadiens. I wanted the best for him. 52 games in Philadelphia last year. He goes to the Avalanche. Let's try and get him a Stanley Cup. That'll be fun. Huge names are signing, yeah. Roslovic to Toronto. There you go. There's a move for the Maple Leafs for their middle six. Let's try and wrap up this quickly here. Declan Carlisle. 11 points in 16 games in the AHL last year. 3 points in 42 games in the NHL. He signs with the Penguins. So there's a defenseman for the Pittsburgh Penguins to put on their third pair. And then also Mike Benning to the Calgary Flames. He had, he's 24. 6 points in 18 games in the NHL, 31 and 57 in the AHL. I like that for the Flames. Mike Benning definitely has some value there. And Jack Roslovic likely going to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Jaden Schwartz, there's some of the stats on him, his market value and whatnot. Jack Roslovic, who was like the biggest loser of last offseason with how he played his cards. He ended up signing in Edmonton, 36 points in 69 games. Yeah, it's not a bad move for the Leafs. It's what they need. The role they need to fill, I suppose. It's the role they need to fill. So yeah, Jeffrey Viel is a fourth-line winger who fights, takes penalties, and has played 99 career games at age 29. He also has a very strange player card thanks to very poor finishing and surprisingly good offensive play driving. The guy's played 99 games in his career at age 29, and you signed him for 5 years at $2.5 million. Wow. The Leafs are I'm not sure which Canadian team is the most American, according to roster. I'm not sure. There's an American who signs in Canada. Jeffrey Viel, that's a weird one for me from Tampa Bay. Okay, sure. Contract value $1 million. It's going to go to -9. What? Yeah, I don't know about this one for Jeffrey Viel going to Tampa Bay. Such a Tampa thing. Tell me about it. Declan Carlisle, depth defensive defenseman. There's the card on him. Had a bit more of a fuller time role with the Lightning this past season. He goes to Tampa Bay. Noah Juleson, shout out to him. Roslovic, 2 years at $4 million. Okay, I can get behind that. 2 years, $4 million for Jack Roslovic, who kind of fills the Max Domi role. in the lineup, I suppose. Could slot up, could play center. Per 82 games in his career, on average, 31 blocks, 46 hits. Doesn't do that too much. 41 points. So he's a point every other game kind of guy. And Arvidsson, 2 years, $5 million in Detroit. VL got signed because of that first round against the Oilers. I guess that's it, right? There you go. So Victor Arvidsson, we already spoke about this one. That makes a lot of sense for the Red Wings. I like that for middle six scoring in Detroit. 2 years of $5 million for Victor Arvidsson. Very nice pickup. That's low-key one of my favorite moves of the day, I have to say. 2 years, $5 million on Victor Arvidsson to Detroit. The fit, the contract, I like it. Juleson, depth defensive defenseman. Love me some Noah Juleson. NHL 18 franchise mode, fixing the franchise Montreal Canadiens, data 782 legend, Noah Juleson. Liked him as an Oiler, says Flamecraft. Sorry to tell you, my friend. Roslovic. So now looking at the Toronto Maple Leafs. Sorry, let me go back over here. So Maple Leafs, that's $4 million. That leaves them, is he already signed? I don't think so. So that leaves them with what, 16.9 million? And Roslovic goes somewhere in this middle six. Yeah, I like it. Third line center or something. Did he play much center? He did. Yeah, he could take. Yeah, he could go center. Roslovic 2x4. That's a nice contract for the Maple Leafs. Got to give it to him. Yep. Great contract by Chaika. Credit where credit is due on that one. And now Victor Arvidsson, one of the more efficient shooters in the NHL at one point in his career. Yeah, he shot at 14.4% last year. Yeah, I like Victor Arvidsson. 25 goals and 54 points in 69 games. I feel like he could have gotten even a bit more with how this market is going. But he goes to the Red Wings, and he'll slot in nicely. The Red Wings, who have 28 million in cap space, he'll slot in nicely. And like Appleton doesn't have to play in the top six anymore now. Roslovic, they break instantly on TSN. They're falling over themselves to announce it, yeah. Get your Jack Roslovic jerseys. Ingram out into the market. Yeah. I thought Ingram was going to the Senators, we had said. But no, Airson goes there, and Ingram is a UFA. 2 years, $5 million for Arvidsson in Detroit. Bob. Is Bob the next domino now? Arvidsson's 33. Yeah, he's had some injury issues. He could have been great in only 15 points. He was good. Yes, sir. Oilers are in conversation with Vitek Vanacek. Here's the stats on Roslovic. So, offensive third-line center with slick hands and an efficient shot, but questionable defensive impact. Edmonton's going to give Bob a Campbell-looking contract, a little Jack Campbell contract. His value's gone up, but he didn't play his cards right, and now he went to Edmonton 1 year, now Toronto for 1 year. He likes Canada, though. Jack Roslovic. Gagon's going to need waivers. Will Gagon make it through waivers? Interesting for the Rangers. Vitek Vanacek. Vanacek is probably one of the better UFA defensemen. Goalies still out here. UFA goalies. Bobrovsky. Vanacek there. Was in Utah. Let's go back to the tracker. Recent signings. I guess these are the most recent signing is Ian Cole? No. Why does it say the names at the top, but then when you click on it, it doesn't show you anymore? Anyways, looks like this. Yeah, so we know Zuccarello is going to LA. You know, Marcus Johansson is in Europe. Mason Marchment sounds like San Jose. That's about it. Defense is John Carlson or bust for a lot of these teams on defense. Maybe, I guess Mario Ferraro would be second up. Might work as a backup. I'd like him and Bob as a tandem. I could see Edmonton still sticking with... do they have no goalies signed? Skinner signs back. I don't know. They have no goalies signed, correct? No, they have Jerry, of course. They have Tristan Jerry. So you need someone to share the crease with Jerry. That's what you need. Sadly, Jerry, yes. Anthony Mantha working on options, but not close yet. Joe Veleno looks to be joining the Rangers. They're finally reporting that. They were late. Tony Marinaro had it first. Finally, pure mid. Ra's like one of the most average players in the league, but does it in a way where he will look like a star for roughly 20 games and a ghost for the other 62. That's funny. Real Divinity, welcome to the stream, buddy. Alex Belzil signing with the Rocket. There you go. Welcome back. Re-bienvenue, Alex Belzil. Ton condo au Laval est encore ouvert pour toi. So Roslovic. All right. Pretty average. Kind of the guy that the Leafs needed. Jets. Oh, Stuart Skinner's going to Winnipeg. So no Stuart Skinner staying in Edmonton. He's signing with the Winnipeg Jets. Stuart Skinner finds a home, and he will either back up Connor Hellebuck or potentially be a starter even. Who knows what's going to happen with them. But Stuart Skinner is signing with the Winnipeg Jets. They had 19.2 in cap space. He's signing 2 years at 3.75. Stuart Skinner is off to Winnipeg. Wow. Nola Chari is signing 2 years at 2.8 with Philadelphia. The Flyers, man, doing crazy things. 2 years at 2.8 for Nola Chari. That gives at least a little bit of insurance. You don't have to rely on Eric Comrie if Hellebuck leaves. You have Stuart Skinner now. Winnipeg might have 2 Edmontonians in net. Wow. Arvidsson signed 2 years at $5 million, is a veteran middle six rushing winger who found his game again this season, carrying the puck, creating tons of shots and chances in transition, and finishing very efficiently. Yeah, I like this a lot for Detroit. Always been an Arvidsson truther. Great for the goals, offense, overall value jumping very high in 25-26. His finishing, his offense, even his defense was very good in Boston this past year. A right shot centerman, Noel Cherry, joins the Flyers. I like the Mason Marchment bet for San Jose, even if it's $1 million in 1 year longer than I expected. So 4x6 made sense. They do 5x7. Got it. Stuart Skinner off to the Jets. That takes one of the goaltenders here off the radar. So Stuart Skinner with the Penguins, 885 save percentage, going 12, 9, and 5, 2.99 goals against. His numbers weren't really any better than what he did in Edmonton. A worse team and worse numbers. I guess that makes sense. Career 902 save percentage and 2.77 goals against average. Former third-round pick. We'll see. We'll see what's going to happen in Winnipeg. He's from Edmonton. Yeah, he signs for 2 years. We'll see how it works. Interesting. Dave Pagnotta. Okay. I think that Detroit going after Hellebuck might get Larkin to stay. Point Iser towards that now. I'm still in that camp of I think Larkin starts the season in Detroit. Jack Roslovic. I had one of my Leafs friends, my Leafs fan friends, just messaged me saying, "I hate the Habs, but you're doing such an incredible job. They're gonna be so good for years to come." I remember telling him that same thing literally 10 years ago about the Leafs, and I'm gonna reply to him, "Congrats on Roslovic." Stuart Skinner signed 2 by 3.75 by Winnipeg is a goalie. So yeah, value has dropped off by quite a bit. Last 3 years of weighted average data is pretty good. It's okay, but last couple of years has dropped off a lot. Does he get stripped of the C though? I wonder. Yeah, especially like Werenski, Tkachuk, 2 years left. Maybe there's a more of an argument for feeling like you're in a rush, I guess. But signed on for 5 more years. Stevie's not going to do it until he has what he wants. Joe Veleno, 1 year at $1.2 million. Renaud Lavoie. Where's the credit to Tony M? Renaud Lavoie. 1.2. So this probably takes the Flyers out of the Giroux conversation. That's true. No more room up front unless you're adding a top 6 centerman. So will Giroux be your top 6 centerman? But signing Noel Acciari might mean no Claude Giroux to Philadelphia. Noel Acciari, that's what everyone wanted more, right? Tony has this correct. 1 year, 1.2 for Joe Veleno. Tony was way ahead of it on everybody. Noel Achari. He is what? He's 34 and a half. He's going to turn 35 this year. He signed on for 2 years with the Flyers after spending 3 years in Pittsburgh. 25 points in 67 games this past year. Pretty solid on the center, on the dot as a centerman. I don't know if I like that for the Flyers. Fourth line shutdown center who crashes the net. It's not bad. But I don't know. Was the other option Claude Giroux, or was it not going to happen? I don't know. Flyers have a lot of cap space. Noel chart 2 years at 2.8. In the depth chart, Tippett, Dvorak. And is Dvorak in your top 6 still? Zegras your first line center. Cates, Couturier. Yeah, I guess that's it for Giroux probably. Joseph Veleno, 1 year, 1.2. Where are the updates, though? Why does it say Ian Cole's the most recent? That was a long time ago. That was a half hour ago. If I refresh, will Stuart Skinner be gone? Yes, there you go. So here are the top UFAs as it currently stands. Anthony Mantha is weighing some options. Matt Zuccarello is going to Los Angeles. Marcus Johansson is playing in Europe. Mason Marchman seems to be going to San Jose. John Carlson is probably going to Tampa, I would think. And that seems to be it for now. Vitek Vanacek in conversations with the Islanders we heard before. Good defense for Achari, at least. Mikheyev to the Bolts still leaves them with $8.5 million in cap space and 23 active players. Wow. Joe Veleno is a depth center going to the New York Rangers. Joey Valens. 53rd percentile in the strength defense. The offense has been right along that 0 line, that x-axis. I pulled a Michael Scott there. X-axis. The x-axis. The finishing dropped off as well. Joe Veleno to the Rangers. Enjoy. This does not mean a trade involving Hellebuyck is imminent, decent insurance, or backup for the Jets. Exactly what I said. Why are you copying me, Darren Dreger? My brother, who's a Penguins fan, just messaged me. Why are we creating the worst NHL equals AHL defensive core in the league? A lot of the AHL defensemen, it feels like going to the Pittsburgh Penguins. Bruins sign Gauntz. I didn't see that. No, mostly the AHL thing. Yeah. Gavin, sup y'all, and happy free agency day. How about that Demidov extension? So jealous of you guys. Oh, finally someone can be jealous of my team. Finally. Welcome aboard, Gavin. Happy Canada Day. So the Penguins defense, Carlson Letang, okay, who are 36 and 39. Sam Girard, okay, I like that. Ryan Graves, I guess you need to try him back in the NHL. Korzak, I like that. And then your 6th can be Carlisle or Jones. Yes, Forster extended in Philly. 8-7. 54th minute and Congo still up 1-0. Yeah, I'm going to have to turn off TSN and go to the Congo game now. Sorry, TSN. I got to watch this. So TSN is off. They weren't helping me anyways, just talking in circles. The Flyers have hyped up the 2026 offseason for 2 years, and their big move is Noel Achari. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Derek. What have the Bruins done? They traded Jonas Korpisalo to the Rangers for a 4th-round pick. That is what they've done. And they're also signing Nicholas Gaunt, it sounds like. Here's what the Bruins have done, Mr. Brian Michalak. So I guess Michael DiPietro is going to get called up finally. What's this tweet? Noel Achari has tripped St. Louis scores. Unbelievable. Cry harder. Noel Achari, 2 years at 2.8. Did the Bruins do anything else? We said Gauntz. Brandon Gauntz, not Nicholas Gauntz. Sorry, Brendan Gauntz signing with the Bruins. Cameron Gauntz is on TV. His brother signed. Interesting. 6 points in 25 games with Columbus. 36 points in the AHL. Played in the Bruins organization in 1920. And he had an assist in that one game he played. There you go. Brendan Gauntz signing. Anthony Davis. Do not confirm or deny. Klimovich signing 1 year in Philadelphia. There you go. Yeah, enjoy, Derek. Dan Milson, man, loves to announce those things. I'm going to give him a follow then. He loves to announce before anyone else does. Danila Klimovich, 1 year with the Philadelphia Flyers. Hashtag we are Gold Star, baby. Vancouver signed all 4 of these guys, and no one ever did anything. Calder Cup champions. A year later, have done nothing. Kings signed Perry. Yes. The Kings got... Here's my tweet from before. Today, the Kings have signed 34-year-old Eric Gustafson, 36-year-old Eric Howla, 39-year-old Matt Zuccarello, and 41-year-old Corey Perry. But yeah, Corey Perry loves the Pacific in general. So the Blackhawks still have $29 million in cap space with 22 active players. Just got to re-sign Bedard, basically. And Korchinski, Dumastro. I don't know if that would be too costly. Come on, DRC. Show me some Holland Masterclass. Show me some magic, DRC. No contract terms on TVR in Pittsburgh yet, so there's another guy for my brother to enjoy. But he's such a Dubas ad. If there was a third pairing analytical darling defenseman Hall of Fame, he would be a first ballot inductee. Trevor Van Riemsdyk. Paul Cotter. And Islanders signing Mitchell. Okay, so 2 moves coming in here quickly. Paul Cotter signing 1 year at 2.15 in Vancouver. And the Islanders are signing Michelli, who leaves Toronto and signs in New York. So those are 2 guys taken off the list right there. So Matias Michelli, who had 39 points last season, he goes to Long Island. Michelli going to the Islanders. There you go. Goal Eisman's excited. Yes. 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 Let's go, Michelli. Let's go, boys. So Michelli, 39 points last year. Had Calder votes in his rookie year of 49 points, 57 in Arizona, then 18 and 55 in Utah. Things weren't working out. Tried to go to Toronto. 39 points wasn't so bad. Let's see if he can get revitalized with the Islanders. We got a player. Shootout legend. Kings not done yet, says Mighty Joe. Thank you. Islanders had $6.1 million in cap space. Matthew Dash woke up from his nap and signed Matias Michelli. And then the Vancouver Canucks with $300 million in cap space signed Paul Cotter to come into their forward mix. So Paul Cotter leaving the Devils. Philly signing Danila Klimovich. Yeah, we saw that. What's this? Oh, Canuck. Okay. LA Kings are still talking to Scott Lawton's camp, trying to bring him back. Nothing done yet. Got it. Okay. So Paul Cotter. Sneaky addition for the Devils last couple of years from Vegas. Yeah. 15 points. Very physical bottom 6 guy. Per 82 games in his career, he throws 237 hits, but only takes 40 penalty minutes. Not like Ross Johnson and the other guys who are doing that, but taking 200 penalty minutes. Van Riemsdyk is 2 years at $4 million. What? 2x4 on Trevor Van Riemsdyk? Yeesh. I don't know. I guess the Penguins just needed some defense, but that's another 34-plus-year-old defenseman. As the Penguins, they have a ton of cap space, I understand. But Karlsson, 36, Letang, 39, TVR, 34. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's your top 4. And your third pair, Korzak. I don't know. Okay, there you go, Pittsburgh. Trevor Van Riemsdyk at $4 million. Good value for Arvidsson. Yes, I like that here on the graphic. Cap hit. Okay, 9.15. Paul Cotter signed by Vancouver as a speedy physical depth winger. You hear the stats on him going to Vancouver. Some big changes now, England, as they're getting desperate in the 60th minute. See, Michelli signing with the Islanders. Yeah, he was traded for what again? For a 3rd-round pick. 25 years old. Good gamble for the Islanders. I like that. TVR, 2 years, 4 million is a bit rich for my blood. Joe Valeno. See, finally some updates. Okay, Puckpedia finally updated things. Finally. After Ian Cole. So Longberg, Perry, Mikhaev, Johnston, Gilbert, Forster, Juleson, VL, Roslovic, Arvidsson, Skinner, Achari, Valeno. All now updated. Very good. 1 year at 2.25 for Matthias Michelli. Yeah, not a bad contract. Good little gamble for the Islanders. We'll see how that works for them. So I'll keep the tracker open here now that it's updated, it looks like. And if we go look at the Islanders... Michelli, where does he slot in? So Holmstrom, Horvat, Palmieri, Shen, Barzal, Ritchie, Palat, Pajot, Heineman. Easily a top 9 guy. But easily, I don't know. They have Cal Ritchie there now. McLean's, Zekas Duclair. I don't hate this forward core. So he slots in wherever he's going to slot in. Michelli, middle 6 guy, 3rd line guy, whatever. Jerry? I mean, Jerry? Who are you referring to? Justin Kirkland going to Minnesota on a 2-way deal. Okay. Scott Prunovich going to the LA Kings. All right, there's another pickup for Sheriff. There you go. Congrats. Scott Prunovich going to the LA Kings. Just a year of mid here. Quite boring this far as expected. Fair enough, yeah. I mean, good underlying numbers. 4 million on TVR. Okay. Zellweger to the Sabres. Yeah, that was a big move. I like that for them a lot. Leave that like if you haven't already, ladies and gentlemen, as we continue our free agency coverage here on July 1st. Happy Canada Day. Subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we go live instantly. It breaks first in Discord server, link in the description, over 800 members there. Join the close to 10,000 subscribers in the community as we do live coverage of the NHL. We do NHL franchise modes. We do a lot. Anything. If you love management and contracts and franchise mode and GMing and all that, then this is the channel for you. Big news here. Wow. No kidding. The Penguins receive LeBron James and move Crystal Letang. So Letang waives his no-trade clause, and at the age of 39 is going to the LA Lakers for LeBron James, who's 41 and will probably be getting paid league minimum, leaving the Penguins still with about 25 million in cap space. That would be huge. Big trade for Kyle Dubas to pull off. Well done. Yeah, Kings are still working on Lawton as well. Islanders legend, Scott Prunovich. And Vitek Vanacek, there you go. Insurance for Varlamov as the Islanders make another deal. They signed Michelli 1 year at 2.25 and Vanacek at 1 year, 1 million. So what we read earlier ends up being true. 1 year, 1 million. Yeah, that VL contract is whack. Breezeball on fraud watch? We'll see. So the Islanders make a second move there. Sorry, let me see this. There you go. Okay, so the Islanders. So I'm not clicking the right place. Varlamov is still a big question mark to be the backup to Sorokin. So they get a third goalie, essentially, who can be insurance as their backup if Varlamov isn't ready to go or can't go throughout the year. No Vanacek in Edmonton. Phew. So Varlamov, third goalie. Riddick will walk. And Vanacek signs. So that's another one off the list here. Vanacek was down here with Utah. Vanacek, he's been in a franchise mode or two over the years. Second round pick in 2014. Won the cup in Florida as their backup-ish. Went to Utah, appeared in 22 games, was meh. Was supposed to be the guy in New Jersey and just didn't work out over there, sadly. Big save, Dave. I don't care how the commercial contract plays out because he has a sweet mustache. Yes, sir. 30-year-old Vitek Vanacek will get a chance to still prove himself with the Isles. There you go. So live update. Very good to see. Islanders make a couple of moves, a couple of 1 year moves right there. As Vanacek is now off the list, making Bobrovsky. He had an 877 save percentage this year. What? No, let's sort by cap hit last year. Yeah. Defense will sort by points, and same for the UFA forwards. I can't believe this game is still 1-0 DRC. Juleson contract is 1.1. Thank you. I know. I think we saw a term on it before, but I guess now it's confirmed. Daily post limit. Oh, JFresh has the blue check now. That's crazy. Michelli is a playmaking middle six winger whose flash top six passing skill and generally helps keep play on the right side of the ice. So there you go. There's the stat card on Michelli. I can't see this my TV. I gotta open up on my phone. I gotta be watching this game. This is a crazy game. We'll keep it here. Now this phone app to open up the game is going to take 100 years probably. There you go. Can I actually watch this? Oh, nice. Thank you. Okay, so I'll be watching this on the side. Hope my Sens can pick up another forward. I don't know. Who would you be interested in, I wonder? The Sens. My phone's are like maybe 10 seconds behind my TV, but at least I can watch it now next to my screen. All right, we're going to be keeping an eye on England and DRC. That's for sure. I am starving, I have to say. And here's how things sit. I'm just going to grab a snack. Here's how things sit. We'll be back in just a sec. All right, we're back. I feel like Cosmo Kramer. We're back. There's no way they're keeping Carlson and Letang after adding Korzak and TVR. Carlson must be moving in a trade that involves a lefty. That'll be something for the Penguins. And welcome. Neil leaves and 20 signings go off. Watch. I made it back. Welcome aboard, Hobbsy, who is welcome to join us at any time you'd like. Need someone physical to replace the Kachuk's hitting game. Who would fit that bill of the forwards? I could see Anthony Mantha, but you know what? He's big, but he doesn't hit. That's the thing. He's big, but he doesn't hit. Would you want like Anders Lee? I don't know. I didn't miss any signings. Good. Was just at a Flames dev camp and comedy was not working the phones. Oh, probably Conroy. So don't expect too much today. Yeah, I wouldn't expect much. They signed Lomberg. That was their big move, I guess. Here's how things sit right now. As things are starting to slow down a little bit, I would think we're probably done around 2 p.m. Eastern-ish. Then we'll break it. I don't know, maybe 2:30. I don't think we're not gonna go till 5 o'clock and just so we can see a 1-year, $1 million contract come in at 4 p.m. It's not meant to be coverage like that. And then we'll have breaking news live streams that come as other big signings happen, like John Carlson, or big trades this offseason, Werenski, Larkin, J-Rob, Hellebuck, whoever else it might be. If Lika gets 20-25 goals with a physical game, then yeah, that'd be fine. Fair enough. Annesley to Montreal. I could see that. But it depends the price. Lee was just making $7 million or whatever. Is he going to be willing to come down? All right, 70th minute. England DRC is back underway. 1-0 for the DRC. I'm not anti-England. I just love seeing the underdogs. Like I wasn't anti-Germany or anti-Netherlands either, but it's fun to see the underdogs win. That's the allure of the World Cup, right? Things have slowed down a little bit. Oh, big news. Atlee Calvert. Atlee Calvert. Break out your Atlee Calvert jerseys. 22-year-old hockey player. I don't know who you are. I'm sorry to say. Atlee Calvert signs. He is a 22-year-old undrafted centerman who had 38 points in 70 games with the AHL Penguins. All right. There you go. Where's a chance for Harry Kane? England doing everything they can. Oh, across. Oh, big clear. Saka's out there now. What will be the fallout if they lose this early? Sounds like Werenski, his agent, and the Blue Jackets GM spoke today in an effort to clear the air and calm things down. Werenski is comfortable going back to Columbus. Waddell could present him with a trade in the meantime, but that isn't on the radar at this point. Yeah, I think Werenski gets traded, but not until the start of the year at least. And I'm going to say Larkin starts the year and doesn't get traded until like the deadline or something. So I think a J-Rob trade is possible. A Hellbuck trade is possible. Werenski, not for a few months, and Larkin could be a year. Who knows? Thank you. My lovely wife just brought me a nice snack as I'm starving here at 1:30 p.m.
You're quite welcome.
Thank you. And a Kawhi Leonard trade was ridiculous as well. I think the Raptors gave up too much, I have to say. Greetings. I'm going to say I have an unreliable source that you may be getting a guest on board if we're still going between 2 and 2:30. Check your sources, man. Could be. Undrafted Atlee Calvert. All right. So I'll try to mute myself while I chew, but we'll still be here. Unless we do a little ASMR. I have the microphone for it, I guess. Matt Kessel. 1 year, $850K with the Islanders. So that's the third one-year contract in the last like 20 minutes for the Islanders. 26-year-old Matt Kessel, 5th-round pick in 2020. 3 points in 29 games with the Blues last year. 17 and 29 with Springfield the year before. All right. Matt Kessel. 1 year to the Isles. That's nice. Good for you, man. Love the respect on Dromelson. That's sweet. From Byram. Matt Kessel. The big names are coming out. Things seem to have calmed down. I wonder how things calm down now. Oh, it's Harry Kane! And England has life. Now, can England survive? They have life, but can they survive? Let's see this. Nice header. Got a hand to it, but not enough. Matt Kessel. Did Jay Fresh mean to do this? Luke Shen going to the Canucks. 1 year at $2.25 million. Hey, look at that. Luke Shen back to Vancouver. Riddle me this data. You know better than I. If the team draws in round of 32, how do we go about getting a winner? Penalty kicks. So it's extra time. It's a half hour of extra time. You play from the 90th to the 120th minute. And if it's still tied, you go to penalties. Luke Shen. Played with Vancouver for 18 games in 18-19, and then 2 seasons in 21-22 and 22-23, parts of those 2 seasons. So in his career, he's been like a half season, a full season, then a half season, 1 full season and 2 half seasons with Vancouver. In total, 139 games as a Canuck. He's been on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 teams. He has played for 10 different teams, and Vancouver is the team he's played for the 1 to 4th most in terms of games played. So he goes back to Vancouver after appearing in 4 games with Buffalo this season. Really, only 4 games? Why? Was he injured? I forget. Oh, no, wait. What am I saying? He was in Winnipeg. That's why. Then he went to Buffalo. Luke Shen, 1 year, 2.25 with the Canucks. Welcome back, Shenner. There you go. Congrats to Luke Shen. Luke Shen, the numbers on him now, 36 years of age. Value's gone up and down. He's always going to be blocking and hitting, but definitely a depth role, you would think. And the Canucks need players, and they need to get the cap floor. So a guy like Luke Shen gets signed. There you go. A tank commander. They need a tank commander to offset the heroic bump the team will get going from Adam Foote to Manny Malhotra behind the bench. Exactly. Gallagher and Shen can do that. Tank commanders. Sweet potato crackers, man. Come sponsor me. Phil's back. Why doesn't Phil Kessel get signed, man? I'm surprised not more no movement clauses and no trade clauses have been given out yet today. 31 UFA contracts, 6 extensions. UFAs and RFAs. So this is number of contracts? Yeah. Islanders, Flyers, and Blackhawks with the highest number of contracts so far. Total contracts. Total contract value. Flyers going to have a lot of money. Total cap hit. Largest cap hit. I love Puckpedia, man. And players who are still out here. Sorting my points for the offense and cap hit for the goaltending. I don't know why Zuccarello hasn't been listed as signed yet, but he's out there on this list for some reason. He was going to LA for 1 year, $1 million. Nope, Bedard not signed yet. Still an RFA. Still waiting on that. How's the cap situation look for the Canucks now? Canucks still have 16.3 million. What will happen with Pettersson is a big question mark. Even DeBrusk had been in conversations. Cotter in, Shen in, Gallagher in. Langton's making 4.5. Wow. Congo defending with their lives here. Can they survive another half hour? Sorry, another 40 minutes and make it to penalties? Yeah, things might be drying up at this point in terms of what's going on. We're a couple hours in. We've seen like over 30 contracts, but it sounds like things are slowing down from here. Of course, the second we end the stream, probably at 3 o'clock or something, John Carlson will sign. But as of right now, it seems like things are slowing down. We'll keep watching. We'll say at least until the end of England-Congo, or regular time. Saka crosses it in, kicked out by the Congo. Some team and live, so all the big stuff can happen. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what's going to happen as soon as the live stream ends. Some team with cap space should, right? It's expected that Chicago will sign him over any offer sheets, but why not, make things go crazy a little bit? I just don't think any team is going to want to rock the boat of why are you going after our star? Because if you do it, they'll match it right away, and then you're in a bad, relationship with that team. But I like your thinking, why not? Let's get some fun going in the NHL. But I think Bedard's happy to stay in Chicago, at least for now. Will it be long-term? Will it be bridge? I don't know. Thanks. I hadn't realized the language. I always try to keep it as clean as possible for all the different reasons. Family-friendly channel from a family-friendly Android. Congo now in the offense, in England's half. Oh, everything's stopped now, basically. Yeah, we'll keep tabs and keep refreshing Twitter for the next, 10 minutes. Then after that, we'll recap what the day has had so far, and then we'll call it a stream. But I want to wait till England and Congo is closer to being done. Saka wonderfully controlled. Thanks to everyone who's been enjoying the stream so far. And I'll wrap up something around 2.5 hours of coverage. Nice to have our 5th annual Free Agent Frenzy coverage. And we hope to be back for year number 6 next year. But I see it. The viewership's dropping off. People are getting bored of how no teams are doing anything. I'm bored too. Don't get me wrong. Mantha, Carlson, Bobrovsky, Truba, Ferraro, Kane. After those names are gone, it's going to be a slow summer. Oof. That's true. Mason McTavish is also new to St. Louis. So McTavish, Carlo, and Johnston. A theme with a few incoming Blues. McTavish is the theme of Ross Johnston, 6'1". Well, I guess he's 219. Some big boys coming into St. Louis. Is Jim Rutherford's son? That would make sense. Looks like him. Let's have some talk then. Where do we see Kane signing if it's not Detroit? If it's not Detroit. Oh, hold on. Congo's on the attack here. Got a shot at least. All right. Where could we see Patty Kane going? A fun one would be Pittsburgh. Just putting it out there. A fun location would be Pittsburgh. But he'd have the league as his oyster. I could see him going to a lot of places. Patty Kane. I could see. I don't think Carolina's a fit. Colorado, no more room. Dallas, depending on what they do with their cap space, they might need a guy like Patrick Kane if they have Oh, big save from Congo. Big if they have cap space and they have no middle six wingers, I could see it. Back to Chicago would be poetic. They have the money as well. Oh, England! It's Harry Kane! A magisterial strike. Wow. From the upset that almost was. Is it weird that there are no rumors about Edmonton, Detroit? No, don't worry about your English. Is it weird that there's no rumors? I don't think it's weird. That's a good thing. Edmonton, that there's no rumors, that's a good thing. They have lots of cap space. That's good. Who else for Patty Kane? Edmonton would be interesting. Florida, no. LA, no. Minnesota, I could see. Montreal, no. Nashville, I don't think so. New Jersey would be interesting. Islanders, Rangers, Senators, I don't think so. Flyers, no. Penguins would be fun. Sharks, I don't think so. Washington would be interesting. That's about it. Future Barcelona striker. Harry Kane blasts it. What a shot. So they go from down 1-0, now they're up 2-1. There you go. Congrats, England. What a story that could have been. Congo fought well. Trouba signed? Hey, finally. And go to San Jose! Good thing it ended 5 seconds ago. Jacob Trouba. There's the one of the big signings we've been waiting for. The San Jose Sharks land Jacob Trouba. What? All right, that's what we've been waiting for. Let's get excited. Let's get the engines back up here. San Jose, with almost $40 million in cap space, are spending $8.25 to go sign Jacob Trouba to a 4-year deal. Trouba, who is 30... Why did it not tell us? Trouba, who is 32, will turn 33 in February. Still a long while. Almost his whole year. Like, he stays with teams, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years with the Jets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years with the Rangers, or 5.5 with the Rangers. A year and a half with the Ducks. His contract expired. He spent a full year in Anaheim, goes to free agency, and the Sharks will sign him. They lose Mario Ferraro. Orlov will be gone next year. Now they have Kesselring, Dickinson. They're going to have, in their future, of course, they have even Mook Medulin. They're going to have the guys they just drafted. I'm blanking on who they just drafted. Verhoff. What's his name? Reed. Not Reed. Verhoff. And Lynn. That's him. Yeah. That could be problematic in the last 2 years of that deal when they need to sign their stars after their ELCs. It could be, but there's just so much cap space. So Jacob Trouba, who provides a lot, big physical guy. He gives you 150 blocks, 150 hits per 82 games in his career, 176 blocks and 167 hits, 35 points in Anaheim last year, playing almost 23 minutes per night. Yeah, I love that for the Sharks, who we're going to have to put so much on like Orlov and whatnot. No, it's now they can give more responsibility to someone who is responsible for it as well. Yeah, I like it. San Jose is going to be a big problem. They already are, and they're becoming even bigger. Demov said, I believe this team is a cup contender. I want to win. I love it. Jacob Trouba, big contract there. 4 years at $8.25 million. Now, when the Sharks need some money, like Couture is going to be off the books, but he's already LTIR anyways. Tyler Toffoli is going to be off the books in 2 years. Goodrow is going to be off the books. Orlov will be off the books. Nedeljkovic off the books. And still with so much cap space, they'll be okay. Dickinson, Trouba, top 2, I wonder. The Sharks will be just all right. 4 years at 8.25 on Jacob Trouba. I like that a lot. And Lane Pederson signing with Philadelphia. Congrats to them. They make a signing too. 8.25 AAV for a team that can currently afford to give that sort of contract out. Really like this for the Sharks, who needed some blunt force trauma on their blue line. There you go. Lane Pierce, Mike Greer drafting versus Mike Greer signings. Lane Pederson. Let's see on him. Lane Pederson is a 28-year-old center. Another center for the Flyers. 48 points in 63 games with Lehigh Valley last year and no points in his 5 appearances in the NHL. He sticks with the Flyers organization. Jacob Trouba, signed 4x 8.25 by San Jose, is a physical minute-munching defenseman who plays a very aggressive game, leading to lots of big hits, but lots of big mistakes as well when he gets caught chasing, has lost a step skating, jumps in the rush, and shoots the puck. So yeah, the value's gone down for sure, but this value doesn't show just them needing to put a mule on the ice who hits and blocks. So does he give you value at even strength offense, even strength defense, and whatnot? Not so much. But he's still out there for the primary assist. He plays against high levels of competition, and he still gives you value as a minute muncher, like we said, minute muncher, physical guy. Oh, Peterson went to LA. I thought he's stuck in Philadelphia. I'm sorry. So Lane Peterson signs in LA, not sticking with the Flyers. My apologies. He signs with the LA Kings. There you go. Another one for Sheriff to be excited about. Jacob Trouba, nasty, nasty stuff here. Yeah, they're not getting him to be who he once was. They're getting him to eat minutes, be physical, and block shots. And that's what he'll do. And the Darnell, what's this? And the Darnell Nurse contract is officially good because of Trouba making 8.25. No, come on. This is free agency, man. 8.25 is not crazy for Trouba. It's a lot, but with rising cap and free agency, that's not like a twisted number. And you got to hit the cap floor. Come on. I can see the Sharks making a push in the Pacific for the postseason. Absolutely. So Trouba signs. That's the third defenseman, UFA defenseman, the number 3 UFA defenseman off the chart there. And really here we know that Jenner, Tolvanen, those guys are really in the top 10, not Kopitar, who's retired, and whatever else. What if you sort by cap hit? OV line A. Bob to Toronto, it's official? Is it official? There it is. Sergei Bobrovsky is the rival is upon us. San Jose still has over 31 million in cap space. They've been engaged in talks for Nurse. Riley, does Trouba still keep them in play for one of those? I wonder. There's the one we've been waiting for. Sergei Bobrovsky. Good thing we didn't stop just yet. Sergei Bobrovsky going to the Toronto Maple Leafs. That's the one we've been waiting for. So we'll get more details in a moment. But Sergei Bobrovsky going to the Leafs. They have 16.9 million in cap space. I would assume it's something like 3x7 on Bobrovsky. I would assume something in the 3x7 range. That still leaves them with Stolars, though. Even Hildeby. I wonder what they do with their goaltending, because Hildeby would need waivers too. So that Bob contract, could it be ugly? I don't know. And then what does it leave them with money? They signed Jack Roslovic. 2x4 is a nice contract. But Bobrovsky, getting older, not to be Debbie Downer here, because I love Bobrovsky, but was he being held up by one of the best teams in the league? Back-to-back cups, but in 24-25, 906 save percentage. In 25-26, 877 save percentage. The goals against average is good, but that kind of speaks to the defensive core as well. It's really that save percentage I'm looking at. 877 save percentage this past year. Put him on a worse Maple Leafs team as he's getting older. He'll be turning 38 by the start of the season. How long are you going to pay him for? Till he's 40? I don't know. Trouba can make a breakout pass and step up the line, but he gets walked around a lot too. I guess that San Jose needs someone to eat tough minutes, but this might go wrong quick. I agree, but how wrong can it really go? It might go wrong, but how wrong could it really go? Offer sheet in rumblings. Oh, yeah? Where do you see that? The other micro stats in 25-26 on Jacob Trouba. Entry denial rate is nice. Jacob Trouba. Congo's still pushing. Hold on. Final minute. Oh, free kick. Dangerous free kick here for Congo. Sergei Bobrovsky. Bobrovsky, who is a Vezina winner, has had Vezina votes as of late. The last couple of years, not so hot, we have to admit. Is he the guy Toronto needs to be all in for the next couple of years? He might be the only option, really, when you think about who else is out here. Marachik, Anderson, if you're not going to be rolling with Stolars. Michael Hage says he thinks it's best to return to Michigan, but hasn't closed the door on turning pro. Just has things he wants to continue to develop and wants to win with Michigan and be a leader there. Yeah, do it, man. I'm moving forward, but it's a case for you to stay live a few minutes longer. All right, I'll stay live, no problem. I'm happy to stay live a bit more with Trouba and Bobrovsky happening. It's just that last, there was a 20-minute stretch of ugliness. Late free kick in the final seconds of this game. Congo and England. DRC, last chance. Here we go. Free kick from outside the box. Sorry, I'm just distracted for a second here. Here's the free kick. Oh, beautiful, but just over the net. Or did he get touched to it? Was there a touch to it? We didn't get to see. What a free kick. Very close. What? Devin Levi to the Oilers? What? Flamecraft, get in here. Oilers fans, get in here. Devin Levi has been traded with a 2028 7th a la franchise mode to the Edmonton Oilers for a 2028 third-round pick. Wow. Devin Levi, who is supposed to be the future of the Sabres, a 7th-round pick who was the centerpiece of the Sam Reinhart trade, ends up getting moved for a 3rd-round pick. What a devastating ROI for the Buffalo Sabres. In 39 games in the AHL, he goes 17, 17, and 2 with an .894 save percentage. His numbers in the AHL weren't that hot either. Great price for Levi considering what Kosa got. Yeah. Is Devin Levi really the future? From DDO in Quebec. Dollard des Ormeaux. From Dollard. Dollard des Ormeaux. Wow. The Edmonton Oilers get Devin Levi for a 3rd-round pick. And Kevin Weeks says it's going to be a 3-year contract for Sergei Bobrovsky. 2 big pieces of goalie news right there. Well, Hellebuck to Buffalo. I mean, they have Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. They have, what's his name? Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen and Lyon. Yeah, even Colton Ellis is there. But Bobrovsky's signing is about to come through. 3 years for Bobrovsky. As Edmonton gets a goalie. So it'll be Devin Levi and Tristan Jarry in Edmonton. I don't know. Is Devin Levi going to be that guy? Is he still a medium league guy at 24, going on 25? 3 years of getting a chance in the NHL and then being sent back to the AHL. 3 separate years of a chance and then sent back, a chance and then sent back. I don't know. I wonder for Devin Levi, does he have a future in Edmonton? For a 3rd-round pick, it's okay for that gamble, I think. Connor Clifton's going to the Bruins. 2 years at 2.25 for Connor Clifton to Boston, for all you Bruins fans out all there. You think Levi in a season or 2? Yeah. All right. So the Edmonton Oilers, and by the way, Buffalo, yeah, they had a couple of 3rds. So Edmonton, they get a 3rd. Edmonton gives it. So now in 2027, they have no 1st, no 3rd, no 4th. As Devin Levi joins the team and will play with Tristan Jarry, it looks like. Was he signed to a contract, Devin Levi? Where is this? Is he not here anymore? I don't know. And what's the contract for Bobrovsky? Yeah, I like that from Michael Hage. A 3rd for Little Hope is a nice choice. Unger too, yeah. Interesting for the Oilers. Very interesting. Bobrovsky, 3x7, exactly what we said. All right, so Sergei Bobrovsky is signing with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Wow, wow, wow. It is official. 3 years at $7 million for Sergei Bobrovsky. Again, I don't know if I like it that much, but given the options that the Maple Leafs had, I think it was the best thing they could have done. What are they going to do with their goalie situation now? They're going to run 3 goalies and keep Hill to be up there because they can't send him down without him being put through waivers. Connor Clifton signs in Boston as well. A 7th also headed to Edmonton, a la franchise mode, like I said. Connor Clifton, 3rd pairing defenseman. Here are the numbers on him for all you Bruins fans out there. Big risk, reward move. Can appreciate that Chaika keeps us entertained. Yeah, you can say that. So I'll turn off this England game now. That England won. That was a close one. My dad texted me, why don't the Canadians want Anthony Mantha? I don't know. I don't know if I'd be on board for Mantha. Big one doesn't hit. I don't know. I wouldn't be opposed if they got him, but I wouldn't say he's their number one guy to go after. Stan did something. Yes, he did. Devin Levi to the Oilers. 3x7 for Bobrovsky. 3 years, $21 million. I don't know. I'm just not super sold on it, I have to say. Also put Toronto out of the Werenski sweepstakes, probably. Very curious. Tampa spent some money today, too. Yeah. Bobrovsky is a Maple Leaf. He can end his career getting ridiculed and dumped on by the fans, I guess, as he gets older and is asked to try and carry them to a cup. It'll be like literally 40 years old. Sorting by save percentage for the goaltenders, Matt Murray becomes the best goalie left available, probably. Or Freddie Anderson if he's back. Freddie Anderson, Matt Murray for the forwards, for the defense. Yeah, the market definitely drying up a little bit. Explore the dashboard. Oh, no, that's not what I want to do. The tracker, signing stats is what I want to see. So 35 contracts and sorting by who spent money. Maple Leafs aren't going to be here yet, though, eh? Good evening, folks. A little recap. Just got online. Shankly Mania, I got you, my friend. Let's go through it. We're close to wrapping this up. Let's do that right now. I just look through the contracts that were signed today. Mason Marchment also official. It's 4 by 8.25? We thought it was 4 by 7.5. I'm sorry, I thought it was 4 by 7 on. Oh, sorry, no. I thought it was. What was it on Marchment? Wasn't it 5 by 7? I thought it was 5 by 7 on Marchment. Nashville also signing Alex Kerfoot 2 years at 3.5 per season. That's very interesting too. Wow. So Predators continue to make themselves stronger. I like that, what the Predators are doing. Bobrovsky is a veteran goalie whose performance has been characterized by moments of brilliance and moments of collapse, even within the same cup runs, coming off a very poor season. So your sources have been checked. Very good. It was true, but that was 4 by 8.25. Okay, yeah, that's Puckpedia making a mistake. So Bobrovsky, yeah, he's gone downhill a little bit. Let me get my earbuds here. We're going to be welcoming a guest in just a moment on the stream as we start wrapping it up for this afternoon. Let me get the earbuds in. So Bobrovsky, yeah, going down the last couple of years. I think that should be good. So ladies and gentlemen, joining me on the stream now is one of our favorite guests to have. It's Mr. Hobbsy. Welcome aboard, and thank you for joining us this afternoon, my friend.
Hello.
Oh, no, hold on. I'm sorry, Hobbsy, to do that to you. It's the same thing as happened with Sheriff. Let me fix my audio before I can't hear you. Hold on. Sound, output, quadcast, done. All right.
Hello.
Welcome aboard, my friend.
Hello. It's
sorry about that.
exciting. Unless you're like me and Ottawa signed Sam Erson for $2 million.
There's an exciting day for you.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll start breaking down the day that was. So Hobbsy and I will do that. Yeah, this was leaked. Remember this was leaked? This was, people were going crazy about this being real or not. They've been preparing for this possibility for weeks. And Bobrovsky is now a Maple Leaf. There he is. So let me put it like this. Yes. As we're going to break down the day that was and keep an eye on anything else that develops into the last few minutes here. So this was a mistake. Yeah, Puckpedia is having some issues here right now, I guess. Let's go to the beginning of the day. How far can I scroll? Doesn't let me scroll all the way. I want a recap of the day, please. Where can I find that? What is wrong? Signing stats, contracts feed. Why is this happening to me? Or is it this one? Anyone that has a good feed there, Hobbsy? Maybe a Sportsnet?
To be honest, I haven't looked. The Athletic might have something.
Here, hold on a second.
Check my screen
Let me pull it up. Sportsnet free agent tracker. I'm sure. Yeah, okay. There's a free agent tracker here for Sportsnet. I got it. All right, here we go. Zoop. So looking from the beginning of the day, lots of deals between extensions and free agent signings. Let's go to probably from yesterday. A lot of these got hidden underneath the news of everything else happening. Like Grziak, 3 years at 3.25. I love that for the Devils. Sebastian Cossa signs 2 years, $2 million. They picked him up from the Red Wings. Berggren extends. AJ Greer got a big payday. Jeremy Lauzon. Nick Cousins, your buddy Nick Cousins, 2 years at 1.5. How do you like that one?
It's fine, I guess. Like he was fine. Like he's a fourth liner. He's good in the room, apparently.
Kolyachonok also signs, by the way, here with the Devils. 1 year, $850K for Kolyachonok.
Like, bring me Claude Giroux, please.
I mean, he's still out there, and the Flyers don't seem to be going after him. All right, moving to July 1st now. So it's not in order, it looks like, because there's, I don't know. Anyways, Dan Vladar, 5 years at $5.5 million. I think that's ridiculous.
That's a great deal.
You like that for Dan Vladar?
I think so. He was good last year.
Oh, I think it's crazy.
I take Vladar at 5.5 over Skinner at 3.2.
It's the term because he's still signed on for 1 year. So 6 years of Vladar. You're going to tell me that he's going to be your guy till he's 34? A team that's like notorious for having a carousel of goalies? I don't know.
Well, yeah, but who else do they have in the system?
They have Carson Bjarnson.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to be a hater. I'm just saying I feel like the money is fine. It's the term that I feel
the
is
term. I get the term, yeah.
They have Joseph Wall for 2 more years as well, who's 27.
Oh, right, Wall.
Yeah.
I'm jumping ahead, but I'll take Vladar at 5.5 over Bob at 7.
Yeah, over Bob at 7, sure. All right. Mikheyev signs classic Tampa, 4 years at 3.85 for him. That's a great pickup for the Lightning. Eric Haula, another veteran, let's say, to the LA Kings. They signed many veterans today. Klimovich, NHL 24 channel legend with the Canucks. He did all right. He signs with the Flyers for 1 year. Luke Schenn returning to Vancouver for like a third stint.
I was hoping Schenn would go somewhere he hasn't been so he could chase down Mike Sillinger's record.
True. Very true. Eric Haula might get there as he joins like his 8th or 9th team. This is a mistake on Mason Marchment, though, right? 4 by 8.2. Even Sportsnet made that mistake.
I thought Marchment was 5 by 7, but
yeah. Hold on, let me click on Marchment. Page not found when you click on Marchment.
The Gudas contract is classic Florida.
Like, oh yeah, of course.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so Luke, I don't know. Marchment, we believe, is 5 by 7 on Mason Marchment. Bowen Byram, a huge extension for him at a $12.5 million cap hit. I mean, if he turns into everything you hope he will be, then okay, sure. But that is a huge gamble on Bowen Byram.
Byram making the same amount of money as Connor McDavid blows my mind.
Like, even if he becomes good, that's still crazy, no? Like, I'm not trying to...
Yeah, like, it's... Even if he becomes good, then make us eat everything we've been saying. But, like... I don't know. It's a huge gamble, and I don't love it for Chicago.
Sorry, just looking at a couple updates there. Bobrovsky had the worst goal save above expected of any goal in the league last season, -22. Maple Leafs fans are going to salivate when they get those performances from Bob. You had sent me a private chat. I didn't see that. Thank you. Where is... okay, sorry, continuing on. So other bigger moves, Olin Zellweger. I love this contract for the Sabres, essentially getting what Byram was as an offensive third pair guy for like $8.5 or $9.5 million cheaper.
That's a great deal.
Love that contract for them. Radko Gudas, classic Florida, 6 by 1.5. No comment.
Nah,
Erson as your backup at 2 years, 2.2. You okay with that?
no,
No.
no, I'm not. It should have been like a million at most.
Yeah.
He was
I don't.
so bad. Like,
Yeah. I mean, he was playing a larger role than he should have in Philadelphia, but 2.2 is a
like
bit much. It's not
I
even
get
the
it.
point of, oh, well, we have the money. Yeah, but it's also the principle. Like, you're not trying to get to the cap floor or anything.
We have the money, but like I don't know. It's just 2.2, and you had like league worst goaltending last year, basically.
Hmm.
And your solution to the backup problem is Sam Urson.
Let me put it like this.
And like Carolina needs waivers, so if you believe in him, then Urson as like a third option would be fine. But I don't, I don't like it.
No. Fair enough. Cole Smith goes to Chicago. They're trying to get the cap floor. 3 million, 3x3 on Cole Smith, 1 year at 4.75 on Ian Cole. Jane Schwartz, I like this for him in the Avalanche. A guy who is injury prone. If he gets injured, so what? They have other players who can fill in. If he's healthy, great. You put him in, you take him out. I like that for Jane Schwartz and the term that he's going to have there. Ryan Lomberg in Columbus, 2 years, 1.3. Okay. Corey Perry, 1 year, 1 million. Welcome back to Los Angeles.
I'll just get traded to Tampa again.
I guess, for like his 22nd NHL season now. Ross Johnson, I feel like this is a bit much. 3x2 on him for like a guy who just plays like 6.5 minutes per night. Tyson Forster, 8x7.1 on him. One of the best two-way scoring wingers in the league, actually.
That's a great contract.
And I was dogging it at the beginning, I have to say, and I still don't like it just because you're giving 8 years as a team that you got caught with Couturier, you got caught with Ryan Ellis, you've got caught with Bobrovsky and goalies in the past. Tyson Forster, I hope he's healthy for the rest of his life, but he's been injured a lot. And you're giving another 8-year contract to a guy who has shown good things in a small sample size.
That is true.
So I wouldn't have minded. I don't know what the RFA stuff would have been if he could have signed a 2-year bridge and stayed as an RFA or what, but I don't dislike the gamble, and just it makes me scared if I'm a Flyers fan.
Colton Sissons just signed in Toronto.
Oh yeah, it's official now. Okay,
Yeah, 4.25.
What? 4.25 million?
Yeah.
If I'm Toronto, I'm not happy right now.
Like Bobrovsky is okay, whatever. 4.25 for Colton Sissons is
more than Roslovic. You just signed Roslovic for $4 million, and then you sign the exact same term for a guy who's older and does less for more? How? Okay. Egregious, says Gavin.
Egregious is right. He got the same amount of money as AJ Greer, which is also a lot.
Also egregious. My favorite laugh of the day might be Jeffrey Viel, 5 years at 2.5 for a guy who's played like 99.
I saw that one too. Like, that's hilarious.
Any Bruins updates for King Turby? I think the only thing that's a true update is that they signed Connor Timmins.
They got Connor Clifton, didn't they?
Oh, that's who I meant. Connor Clifton.
They lost Arvidsson.
They lost Arvidsson. They got Clifton. That's the only thing. Golden, I'm ready. I heard again. Let's go. Golden just trying to take the copium. All right. Victor Arvidsson might be my favorite contract of the day. I think it's a perfect fit. I like the cap hit as well. 2x5, just making that Colton Sissons money and getting a little bit more to be with the Red Wings. Noel Chari, 2 years at 2.8. Vitek Vanacek, 1 year, 1 million to be the insurance. It's like the third goal.
Chari's a steal if Sissons gets 4.25.
Yeah, if Sissons is 4.25, if Chari is a highway robbery. Paul Cotter, 1 year at 2.1. Same thing. Paul Cotter is great. He's 26, getting 2.1.
That's a great contract. I was kind of surprised he wasn't qualified, actually.
How is Sissons getting 4.25? Atlee Calvert,
11.25 million on a 38-year-old goalie and a defense-only forward line center.
Luosterainen, 8x5 masterclass from the Panthers again. Nico Hischier with a 5-year extension after this next year expires at 11.7 per year. Anderson, 7x8.5. Mr. Halby, welcome to the stream, my friend. The longest viewer in channel history, I believe. The Halby family. Can always say a big hello to them. Our 5th annual trade deadline coverage. Always great to have them in here. I was looking at trade breakers in the AHL. Sorry, in the Discord server.
Yeah, Clifton 2 by 2.25.
Very good, thank you. Demidov, 8 years at 9.15. That's one of the best contracts, if not the best. It will become the best contract in the NHL.
I was gonna say, were you cheering in the streets when you?
I was cheering in the streets. I was cheering in the streets.
Boston just signed Jordan Harris for $850,000.
Oh yeah, the former Canadian Jordan Harris. I like Jordan Harris. Skinner signs a $sign for like $3 million. Okay. Samoskevich 3 by 3.85. I like that for the Kraken. Dennis Gilbert, Noah Juleson, Jack Roslovic 2 by 4 in Toronto. Stuart Skinner to back up Hellebuck or potentially be insurance. 2 years at 3.75.
I think Hellebuck is gone.
Yeah, you think?
I think so.
Boy. Joe Veleno, 1 year, 1.2 in New York. Trevor Van Riemsdyk gets $4 million in Pittsburgh. Shout out to him. Jack's going crazy in Discord. Prunovich, 1 year, 850 in Los Angeles. Michelli, 1 year, 2.25 on the island. Matthew Kessel, Justin Kirkland, Jacob Trouba, 4 by 8.25. Is it expensive? Absolutely. But for a minute muncher who is going to a team that needs to hit the cap floor, there's nothing wrong with that contract. People are crying about how it's going to be bad down the road. It already is bad, and they don't care. It's fine. It's not a problem.
As long as it doesn't become an issue and they have to re-sign their younger guys.
I don't think it will be, because Toffoli expires in a couple of years. Orlov expires next year. Nedeljkovic expires in a couple of years. I think they'll be just fine.
Yeah, but Toffoli is like the father of the team right now.
Yeah, that's true. I would want him to stay. I think it'll be fine. Clifton 2 by 2.25, Bobrovsky 3 by 7, and Kerfoot 2 by 3.5. I've said this before a few times now. I really like what the Predators are doing. I don't think they're in the playoff conversation yet, but I like what they're doing to now have a lot of new faces on this team, rejuvenating their middle six, their bottom six. Add Kerfoot, add Colton, add it's not showing me here. Add Maverick Bork.
That was such a steal for Nashville.
Yeah, that taking advantage of a tough situation for the Stars. Colton Fizens is a fourth-line defensive center who wins faceoffs and battles for pucks. 10th percentile. Very good. Is Edmonton allergic to true number one goalies? Devin Levi and Tristan Jarry can split.
I think Levi has good potential.
He does, but I hope he just doesn't get ruined.
I hope they don't ruin him, yeah.
And I don't know, has this been updated? Jordan Harris is there. Kolyachonok to New Jersey. Kerfoot, Bobrovsky, Clifton, Peterson, Trouba. Yeah, it's been a bit weird. Puckpedia has been with their updates, but there's a lot going on, I would assume, behind the scenes for how they navigate things. Yeah, so Kolyachonok, Sissons also signing $11.25 million on a 38-year-old goalie and a defense-only fourth-line center there. Mighty Joe.
Yeah, sorry about that, Mighty Joe.
Gavin says, don't hate the Trouba signing, but whenever someone calls a defenseman a minute muncher, you know they put up terrible results, but still get top 4 minutes. Yes, sir. Provorov, Anderson, Russo, the minute muncher. As soon as you have that moniker, you're finished. The minute muncher.
I'm happy the Ristolainen and Ottawa rumors have cooled down, seemingly.
Look at this. Scott Lawton re-signing with the LA Kings. Look at that. Very nice. On the Androids, on my database Dynasty League. I think Sheriff said he was going to do, I don't know if it was 50 gifted subs or something. He said if Scott Lawton resigns, he's going to go crazy.
Yeah, but it's Frank, so who's going to come in and debunk it?
True. What did Sheriff say? Let me see if I can find this. Sheriff Lawton. What did he tell me last time we spoke? It must have been in a YouTube comment section. Sheriff Lawton, or was it here? Oh, he said, if Lawton signs, I'll give something away. Ooh, giveaway. So Scott Lawton is sticking. Dylan Anhorn is staying in or going to Chicago. There's nice.
Your Connor Bedard help, everyone.
There's your Connor Bedard help. Do you expect a Werenski move? No, I don't expect it, I have to say. I don't expect that to happen. These GMs are making Kekalainen look like a genius. What a time to be alive. Kings got it done. Are they the busiest team today? Probably. I think the Kings are the busiest team of July 1st here.
Feels like everyone's going to LA.
Can you go into the Sharks defense and depth chart? Lots of additions. Curious to see how it'll all fit together. You got it, Nolan. I just want to find, before I do that, I just want to look at the LA Kings and say, did they add Zuccarello yet? I don't think they did. The depth charts aren't popping up. But now No, he's not there. Corey Perry is there, but they haven't put Zuccarelli.
Scotty Upshaw has broken more signings than Frank today.
I think you're right there, Gavin. Carlson looking like he'll go to Tampa. Hold on, let's try one thing at a time here. So, looking at the forward. So, Panarin, Kempe, Fiala, Byfield, Moore, Laferriere, Haula, Armia, Perry, Zuccarello, Turcotte, Lawton. There are your 12 forwards.
Frank was right. CJ's reporting
right.
Lawton, LA.
Thank you, Frank. Tanner Lachinsky, 3x900K in Vegas. I remember him being good in franchise mode one year. There are your 12 forwards in Los Angeles. The Kings on defense, Doughty, Clark, C.C. Anderson, Dumoulin, Edmondson. There you go. Kemper and Forsberg as your goalies. Scott, Lawton, Sticks. And they still have $6.4 million in cap space, so whatever they sign him for, they'll still have probably like 2.5-ish, who knows what million left over. Looking at the Sharks depth chart now. San Jose Sharks defensive depth. So Trouba, Orlov, Kesselring, Dickinson, Havilland, Cagnoni. That's your 6 right there. Mukmadulin you would think is in there as well. Maybe bumping one of those guys to the AHL. That King's Pony Kill looks legit, yeah. And then in your system, you have Salim Wallenius, Nolan Allen. You have other pieces too. I'm saying the bigger ones. You got Verhoff. You got Ryan Lynn. The defense is great in San Jose. Lots of great young pieces. Cagnoni, Havilland, Dickinson, Lynn, Verhoff. Yeah. I can't believe I have to ask you about Gudas. Kind of. Oh yeah, we spoke about that one already. Just pure cap circumvention. Like he'll play for 2 or 3 years and go on LTIR. It's incredible, but it does add to the crazy grit that the Panthers are.
And with the cap going up, he's going to be like making peanuts. Well, he's already making peanuts.
Oh, for sure. I'm just saying there's no chance he plays at 42 years old. So.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
It's the same as Marchand. He still has like 5 years left or something, doesn't he?
Marchand, yeah. Yeah, Jordan Harris is a really good player. I liked him a lot with the Canadians. Mexico versus England. Can't wait for that one. July 5th in Mexico City.
This is massive for the Leafs to get a goaltender of this caliber. If he bounces back and Father Time didn't catch up to him. Yes.
Yeah, literally. It's always the ifs. Again, I'm not trying to dog them too badly because it is probably the best thing that they could have done looking at the goalie market. But still, unless they were to make a trade. Gudas won't play to 42. That's just an EA thing. Yeah. So Leafs sign a 4C for a lot of money. Big hearts.
A lot of money.
Market value of $1.7 million.
Come on, Steos. Bring me Tolvanen or someone.
Tolvanen, didn't he play with us in the Senators live franchise mode once upon a time?
It's entirely possible. I don't remember.
Akil Thomas signs for 1 year, $900K. Mighty Joe had mentioned that one earlier. Vancouver gets another player. Akil Thomas. There you go. Things update pretty quick on that one. Puckpedia are sleeping, man. So if we look at free agents, who's still out here? Actually, no, I think I have to go to this board and then go to another board.
Steve Simmons tweeted out, Leafs traded away Joseph Wall and Brandon Carlo. That money just bought them Bobrovsky. It's terrific asset management. Scott Wheeler. I'd rather have Joseph Wall and Brandon Carlo, personally.
Boy. So John Carlson, the big domino that's left to fall. After that, everything else is kind of secondary. As much as I love like Patrick Kane and Boone Jenner, I think the last big fish truly would be John Carlson, unless I'm wrong, unless I'm overlooking somebody. Like Tolvanen I love and all that, but I think John Carlson's the last one.
There's a guy named Alex Ovechkin out there.
Yeah, that's it. Everyone who's talking about Ovechkin is just fooling themselves. He's re-signing
it's retirement or Washington.
It's retirement or Washington. There's no other choice. $8.5 million still available in Tampa after signing VL and Mikheyev. So Jersey has 5 one-way LD. Something has to give. I mean, someone has to learn the right side, I guess. If they sign John Carlson to play first pair with Hedman, second pair is JJ and Chernak.
Teddy Bluger to Toronto.
Hey, there you go. Leafs fans can sleep easy now.
Yeah, until it comes out they're paying him $5 million.
Yeah, let's see what the term on Teddy Bluger is. Teddy Bluger. Let's look at his stats and see what he should be getting. Let's put a number together before we hear it. Bluger. He is a Stanley Cup champion with Vegas. Yes, he is 31 years old. 17 points in 35 games last year.
6 million.
5.25.
No, it's 2 by 2.5. So
2 by 2.5. All right. Not bad. He had Selke votes in 2020, really.
I still can't believe they gave Colton Sissons that much money.
Wow. So the Maple Leafs now have, they're getting pretty close to the cap here.
Well, Domi's probably going to go on LTIR.
You're right. But LTIR, now the rule is it has to be for the entire season, correct?
I think. I don't remember. But
so I don't know if they're going to commit to the entire year of him being there. But yeah, would free up some more money. And if Morgan Riley moves, there's still an off-season of moves to be had.
There's still an off-season of moves ahead.
2 by 2.5 on Teddy Bluger to Toronto. Okay. So going back to Tampa, if they're going to make a move for John Carlson, I would think they can go over the salary cap now. That's fine. But if they're going to be cap compliant to start the year, I would think I know Connor Geekie doesn't take a lot of money, but they don't have a room for him. I could see Connor Geekie being moved with JJ Moser before his trade clause kicks in. And then some sort of Werenski package on, but then that's more money coming in. I don't know.
That is true, Golden. It's better than Colton Sissons and Bob's contract.
Zach Aston Reese, one of the Flyers. Hey, the Flyers have been busy, man. The Flyers and the Kings have been busy for a bunch of fourth liners. Phoenix Copley signing with the Blue Jackets. Mighty Joe's reporting that.
Live here from President of Hockey Ops and GM Steve Stais. Okay, so nothing imminent from Ottawa as Stais is currently talking to the media.
So if Copley signs with the Blue Jackets, are they not signing Jet Greaves? Because that now that's Merzlikins under contract and Copley under contract.
Unless they're trading Merzlikins. Or Copley is just he'll go on waivers at the start.
Yeah, he's nothing that needs to be he doesn't have to be in the NHL. No, he doesn't. He wasn't that good in the AHL either. No, I would think he's just for the AHL. 34-year-old Phoenix Copley, no. Jet Greaves will still stick. Jet Greaves.
Gudis is official.
Gudis is official now?
Yeah, the Panthers just tweeted it out with the article.
Mm-hmm. This is tough. Yeah, if the Lightning move out 6.75, I mean, they haven't. I don't know. Werenski seems like a pipe dream. If they get John Carlson, I think they're out on Werenski. I don't know. Look how much trade protection is here. Low-key might be a tough franchise mode to do with all these trade protections. Full no trade clause for Yanni Gourde. We do an NHL 27 Lightning, and you're not allowed to have any player conversations. That'll be a challenge. Leafs sign a bottom six winger for a much more reasonable price now. Make that 3.18 in current cap space for the Maple Leafs now. Mitchell, the Islanders, we already knew. So 3.18 million left for the Maple Leafs. Stan's not great for getting big names, but he's largely responsible for the next generation of the Oilers. Savoie, Howard, Levi, all in quality and fair trades. Now, will they pan out? How will they grow? That's a question to think about. But yes, Stan did something. Teddy Bluger, $2.7 million market value. Bluger. Johnny Brodzinski, didn't see this one, going to Washington. 1 year, $850. Congrats. I'm scared to end because we know that John Carlson's going to sign as soon as I do.
Let's go all afternoon. I'm here.
All afternoon. 53 contracts for $639 million of value.
That's insane. And nobody's been there's no superstar contract here.
Lou, I'm not saying I'll pay you $100 for a Hurricanes franchise, but I do have $100 sitting around. I mean, we've never taken a team that just won the cup or something. The challenge has always been try and get this middling team or rebuilding team back to glory. Would it be crazy to say, hey, let's do an actual championship caliber team and the goal is win 2 more cups in the next 4 years to win 3 and 5 or something,
That'd be fun.
That's an idea. I'm pretty sure Turby donated like a few $1 million to get the Bruins, but 100 would go a long way. Gavin says, Data, any thoughts on the first franchise for 27? I think the Oilers would be super cool and lots of room for challenges and storylines that we started doing with Detroit this year. Yes, I can't say I really have many ideas. I usually let the AGMs guide those.
I sparked something. Or Gavin sparked it.
What's
the
that?
Oilers, and you have to win in the first 2 years or McDavid walks.
I see that. Yeah, a challenge like that. I like it. Kind of like how we did the first 2 years of Detroit even. Yeah. I overpay.
Yeah, King Kirby's like NHL GMs and free agents.
I do think I'm going to have to pull back a little bit next year. Between like already this year was a bit reduced. We had just the 2 NHL series, NHLM, nothing more, just those 3 series. So I might do 0 episodic series next year and 2 live stream series, because I just don't think I'm going to have the time this next year, thinking about my work and the job that I took and everything going on with continuing with the house and with being married. And now my brother just
you guys getting married again?
No. One time was enough.
Just to sort of know about this.
Fix Wolanski to Vancouver. Trey Fix Wolanski, legend.
What a move.
So I might do 0 recorded series next year as an experiment, and we just do 2 live stream series instead of 1 episodic and 1 live for NHL 27. I might do 2 lives.
Is that 2 live NHL 27s, or is it an NHL 27 and an HLM FHM 27?
Yeah, good question. I'd want to do some HLM in there too. I don't know. I just don't know. I can't speak for it just yet. We'll see after the summer what my job looks like in the fall. Bobrovsky underperformed D environment in 6 of 7 seasons. No pun intended. In Florida, and is negative 47.7 goals saved above expected, and that time is NHL worst. But playoff Bob was obviously another story, with positive adjusted save percentage each of the past 3 runs to the final, being plus 1.4% in 2023, plus 1.3 in 2024, and plus 0.6 in 2025, with 2 Stanley Cups.
We're banking on playoff Bob.
Okay. AKA, I don't care. Like, thanks for that. This is a completely different team in a completely different situation. So that's not going to matter much, I don't think. No offense. Since Leafs hired John Chaika, Wall, Erson, Carlo, Benoit, Michelli, Robertson out. Bobrovsky, Radish, Andre, McKenna. Okay, no, you can't. McKenna was gifted to him.
McKenna was like,
nice try, Toronto media. Nice try, Chris Johnston. But realistically, Bobrovsky, Radish, Andre, Sissons, Rozovic, Bluger in. Wall, Erson,
Carlo, Toronto Sports Network.
The Toronto Sports Network. Nice try. Don't make me cry. Poor Mighty Joe.
Signed, sealed, it's official. Welcome to Chicago, Ian Cole.
Breaking. Zach Aston Reese.
I just can't do it.
Poor guy. With Philly, that's tough. Penguins legend. Teddy Bluger in the 5th percentile. That's nice. There you go, Toronto fans.
Cole Smith is also official to Chicago.
Chicago's getting their business taken care of now.
Oh, official signing. CSKA Moscow has signed 2027 NHL draft prospect Nazar Privalov to a 4-year deal until May 31st, 2030.
Ouch. Blackhawks prospect, correct?
No, is draft eligible next year.
Oh, who am I thinking of?
Frank Nazar?
No, not Nazar. A great prospect in the Chicago system with Russia. Let me see. Who am I thinking of?
Oh, is it Kanserov?
Yeah, Kanserov. There he is, Kanserov. When's he coming over here? Yeah, Yorkie got it too. Kanserov. Yeah, I think I'm thinking about wrapping here. And I'll try to go live again when Carlson happens. But I gotta get my day going here. It's Canada Day. It's a beautiful day outside. We gotta live our lives here.
Is it hot and humid for you too? Because it's disgusting over here.
I went out this morning and it was quite humid. Let's see. Right now it's 28. Feels like 33.
That sounds nice.
It sounds nice, eh?
Yeah, I'm at 33. Feels like 41.
Oh, humidity is 73%.
The reason I'm inside doing draft or free agency coverage instead of being outside in the heat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like we hit another lull here. So that might be it for live coverage, ladies and gentlemen, which will pick back up when John Carlson signs. Hopefully we can go live again when that happens, or when big trades come our way.
Better go live when channel legend Ely Tolvanen signs.
When Tolvanen signs, man, I might just have to for Tolvanen. All depends on the time that things happen. It's my sister-in-law's birthday today, so I'm going out tonight, and that's exactly when it's going to happen. So I'll do what I can.
That's fair.
Yeah, but I'll do it.
Thunderstorming on my side of Canada.
I'm sorry.
We had some nasty thunderstorms last night.
Yeah, there's been some thunderstorms here as well. So we'll be live again soon, I'm sure, for whatever happens in the off season. Make sure you're subscribed and hit that bell. Thank you for joining us for a little over 3 hours of live coverage today for the 5th annual coverage of the Free Agent Frenzy. This pretty much does it for the big three, trade deadline, draft, free agency. So our next time we have a big 3-4+ hour live stream, it's the 2027 trade deadline.
Oh, Bjorkstrand to the Rangers.
Hey, there you go. That's the last one to end us off here. Oliver Bjorkstrand signing with the New York Rangers. They get Veleno, they get Dorofeyev, and they get Bjorkstrand. There you go. So the New York Rangers. Our pleasure. Thank you, Gavin.
Thanks.
Ready, Joe.
Good data. I planned to be here earlier, but things came up. So
you still get to take some of the credit. The Rangers have $11.4 million in cap space. I don't know why the lineups aren't coming. Oh, there you go. Where does he slot in here? I don't know. Somewhere in that middle six, I guess. I don't know. Oliver Bjorkstrand, who didn't do so hot with where he got traded to again? He got traded to Tampa, yeah. I mean, reduced role. 32 points playing 13.5 minutes a night. That wasn't bad. But I'm surprised because so John Carlson, that's why I thought it was a signing. Bjorkstrand's under contract. I forgot about that.
No, I thought he was a free agent.
Are you sure?
No, but I thought so.
I got myself excited there. All right,
Tampa makes a trade. We'll find out.
I guess he was on some sort of similar deal though. He was on one of those like longer term.
It was a longer term, yeah.
AAV. Yeah, he was on one of those.
Oh,
and now it's done.
Zamula signs in Russia.
Hey, there you go. He'll try to get a bit of a payday now, signing with the New York Rangers, who could have him in their middle six. He's been a great. He's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's a 6-time 20+ goal scorer. I wouldn't have thought of that if you just told me how many times he scored 20+ goals. He's a 6+ 20 goal scorer. Per 82 games, he scores 21 goals, 48 points. So he doesn't hit, doesn't block, but his shooting percentage is quite efficient, 11.6 in his career. Other years of 10, 12, 13% even. So Oliver Bjorkstrand was great in Columbus, didn't look so bad in Seattle, signed an interesting deal in Tampa, couldn't win the cup there, sadly, and now will go to the New York Rangers, joining Veleno and Dorofeyev.
No, wasn't Bjorkstrand traded to Tampa?
Yes, he was traded to Tampa.
Yeah, okay. To their first.
Bjorkstrand. He was traded with Yanni Gourde and Esimont and all that. Okay, so with Yanni Gourde. Oh, no, for Esimont, a second and 2 firsts.
We're going. Okay, so that's the pick that Ottawa used in the first round.
Yeah, what a trade. So 2 firsts, a second and Esimont.
Marchment
for Bjorkstrand and Gourde.
Marchment's official 5 by 6.75.
Okay, so we were thinking 7, or even we were saying 8 point whatever. So Marchment 5 by 6.75. I like it for the Sharks. It's crazy, but I like it.
That sums up the Senators right now. They was just talking to the media, and the power went out.
Oh, there you go. Wonderful. Omens.
Yeah, it seems like we're in the lull stages of free agency here.
See, why is Kolyachonok the most recent signing? That's not true. So Bjorkstrand, who is somewhere on this list, probably the next page. Looking at UFA forwards. He was 15th. Yeah, Bjorkstrand was the free. He was on a 5 by 5.4, and there must have been some salary retention. That's what it was. So there was retention. He was probably retained for 2 years of that contract. Yeah, that's why it was so much. And the Lightning gave 2 firsts and a second.
Russo says Minnesota is out on Line, but in on Kane. This is coming from resident Wild fan in the server, Jack.
Interesting. Yeah, we could stay live for hours for all these little nuggets, but
Brandon Duheim to Toronto too.
Boy, there you go. Where are you seeing that one?
Freed just tweeted.
Oh, Freed, who are you? There you go. Brandon Bjorkstrand. Interesting, yeah.
Kent Hughes and Ivan Demidov will address the media at approximately 3:10 Eastern.
I just want to see the term on Bjorkstrand. I think we call it after that. I'm curious to see what the Rangers signed him for. Because they didn't have a ton of cap space, right? No, 11. Oh, yeah, 11.4. Okay.
Probably going to be like 3 by, I don't know, 6 or something with these contracts.
Yeah, with these contracts, I wouldn't be surprised. How old is he again, Bjorkstrand? He is
32?
31 and 82 days.
Oh, okay. Just turned 31. Sorry, Bjorkstrand. I thought you were older.
Old man Ollie. 31. Yeah, I'm gonna say 4 by 5.8 on Bjorkstrand.
Byram is official.
It's
an insane amount.
So the Maple Leafs using up
Mighty Joe, you signed Troy Stitcher the other day. Good.
Using up that last little bit of cap space the Maple Leafs are.
Just like hang out in the basement or something.
I wonder what the Maple Leafs would have done if True Living was still the GM.
You know, all these Leafs moves line up with Matthews. Like, haven't they all been 2-year deals except Bobrovsky?
Yeah, a lot. Sissons, Roslovic, Domi, Joshua, Bluger, Lorentz, OEL, Stetcher.
So it's either Matthews extends or he leaves and they just go into a full rebuild, maybe?
I forgot that Emil Andre is still an RFA. They got to give this guy. They have no money.
They'll get him done. It's going
to be the Domi money, probably.
Or no, they're just going to wait until Morgan Riley gets traded to San Jose and then sign him with that.
Okay. John Chaika and the Maple Leafs taking a page out of Barry Trotz's Nashville book and build team entirely out of UFAs. Bold strategy.
Hey, terms on. Oh, yeah, there it is.
These two bums. Here they are. You don't know Duheim super well? Let me tell you more about Duheim. Brandon Duheim. Now, let's see. Most of his career with the Wild. He's been to Minnesota, Washington, Colorado.
He's a server favorite from a couple people.
Yeah, 15 points on 192 hits per 82 games played. 9 points in 82 games this year in Washington, 159 hits, 78 penalty minutes. Physical fourth liner for sure. Belzile and Kakinen 1-year deals. There's the trade tracker today as well. Nick Robertson going to Pittsburgh. Maverick Bourque going to Nashville. Devin Levi to Edmonton. Korpisalo to New York.
What did you think of Nick Robertson to Pittsburgh?
Oh, I love that. He's had great finishing, good shooting percentage. In his small sample size, he's been a good play driver. Give him middle 6 ice time with 0 pressure, and I think he'll do all right. And worst case, he doesn't, and it was a 4th-round pick.
Stick him on Kadri's Crosby's wing.
But yeah, put anyone in Crosby's wing who has good finishing, and just watch the jersey sales roll.
Oh, this is the first time seeing the Zuccarello contract.
Yeah, where's the officialness on Zuccarello?
There hasn't been yet, but like
It was one of the
I
first
know
contracts of the day.
I know it's one. I saw it was 1 year.
Oh, Kuzmenko to Pittsburgh. I'm sorry to interrupt. Now, speaking of people who have good shooting percentages,
But
Alex Kuzmenko going to Pittsburgh, 1 year, $5 million.
I don't hate this because it's 1 year, but $5 million is whew.
Wow, Kuzmenko, who had 25 points, and he has what a crazy stat line for Andrei Kuzmenko. Hold on. Look at Kuzmenko's stats here. 39 goals, 74 points in 81 games, then 21 and 43. 25 and 29, okay, great. Then 15 and 37. Then boom, 5 and 7. Okay, great. He's going to do well again. 17 and 22. He's back. 25 and 52. Okay. He's back off again. Now he's going to go to Pittsburgh, score 35 goals.
Get a massive payday next summer, and then
go back to
being mid.
He has a career shooting percentage of 20.4. What? His career, 271 games, and he scores on every fifth shot that he takes. That's nuts. Put him with Sidney Crosby and see what happens.
Put him with Crosby, he's scoring 50.
Mark Delgado going to New York. Another Rangers pickup here. 2 years, two-way deal.
Right, as I was saying, why did Zuccarello only sign for $1 million?
I'm shocked. I don't know why. No clue at all.
Doesn't make sense.
His contract value, according to that model, was like 8 point something or 7 point something, whatever it was. Wow, I like that for the Penguins.
Yeah, for sure. 1 year, it's like
when you have $30 million to spend, why not? They still have $20.4 million left.
Well, they had Anthony Mantha score 30 something last year, so
exactly. Actually, no. So with Kuzmenko, they still have $25.4 million. Russ, Crosby, Raquel, Chinnikov, Novak, Malkin, Robertson, Kindle, Kuzmenko, Dewar, Lizotte, Brazeau, Soderblom. Fourth line mix.
Solid.
I like it. A little Penguins postseason push.
Kyle Dubas.
Make it happen, man. Boy, I thought we were done.
I know you said we were done like 20 minutes ago, and then we just keep talking.
Keeping tabs on what my afternoon's going to be.
Justin Hall to Washington.
Wow, Justin Hall to Washington. Still alive. Still somehow getting contracts. Justin Hall, 9 games in the NHL last year, 2 points. I mean, per 82 games, 109 blocks, 114 hits.
That's got to be like 1.5 at most, right?
I hope so.
Even then, I think that's too much, but
wow, things are breaking all over the place in the Discord server. If you're not already in the Discord server, ladies and gentlemen, link in the description. The news breaks there first whenever something happens between franchise modes that people are sharing their own stories and NHL news, sports news, reacting to live sports. That's always the draw of the Discord server. One of my favorite things about the channel. There's the tracker here. Maple Leafs doing a lot today.
Yeah, Trade Breakers is the place to be.
Byram's official. Belzil signing, yeah, 1 year, $850. Very good de chez nous. Now, how does Chicago look? They still have a lot of cap space. The floor is 76.9. They're at 74.6. They still have to spend some more money here.
Still have to. Well, they should have kept Burakovsky.
Oh, you know what? Bedard will get there.
Bedard will take up a chunk of that.
Yeah, and even Korchinski. Del Mastro. Yeah, they'll be okay. All right, so I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to go now, I think.
Yeah, it's 900,000 for Justin Hall.
Got it. All right, so Justin Hall, 900K. I'm gonna try to. We can get the AAV on Direct. I'm gonna try and call it there before anything else big happens. We'll be live again should it be necessary, and we'll try to do the Palermo wrap up tomorrow. We're gonna do some more live streams into the next 2 or 3 weeks before I take my summer break. around probably the third week of July to the end of August will be my summer break. So we're going to wrap up the Bruins, wrap up Palermo, wrap up Detroit. Lots to still come on the channel, plus real world NHL news and analysis.
Puck
It's a great time to be
Empire
here.
is saying Bjorkstrand 1 year 4.5.
Oh, interesting. Okay, 1 year 4.5. I'm surprised it was shorter term. And there's the J Fresh on Andrei Kuzmenko. So for a big reason to be here on the channel. Subscribe, hit the bell, and as I always say, if you're not watching the content, you're not finding yourself involved, then unsubscribe, no problem. But while the NHL is hot right now and things are happening fast and we're doing things live, it's a great time to be subscribed and have the bell hit so that you won't miss out on anything. Become a great part of our community because it's just getting that much stronger, and it's getting close to 10,000 subscribers now as well. And there you go, Kuzmenko off to Pittsburgh. 1 year, 4.5 million. Thank you very much. All right. Thank you very much, everybody. A pleasure being here for a 5th annual Free Agent Frenzy day of coverage. Thank you, Hobbsy, for joining us as well on the coverage front.
Yes, you're welcome. I didn't really contribute much until...
No, you kept me sane a little bit. I've just been talking to myself for a while. And we'll be live again, I'm sure, in the near enough future. So have yourselves a great rest of your afternoon, everybody. Stay safe, stay hydrated, please, and have a wonderful Canada Day. Bye, everybody.